So last week, Betty had an assignment given to her from her boss at the Nevada State Journal. She drove south to the town of Beatty to interview a woman about her husband, who she claims was not her husband, who was then shortly after found dead under strange circumstances. While down there, is Jeff your guy's name, isn't it? Yeah, Jeff, you were out fixing the router with your friend Omar, who brought you down to Nevada to help him out. And Omar just went mysteriously missing. Just literally just vanished. And you started looking for help to try and help you find him, whereupon that's where you and Betty sort of cross paths. Just by happenstance, Richard was in town trying to drum up some sales and stuff and noticed there was a commotion and eventually sort of like tagged along.
Like a bad smell.
Betty had a creepy encounter at night that no one else really witnessed. And then the next day, which is Tuesday morning, you had a look around, asked the motel owner if they'd seen anything. They hadn't found anything. They called the cops. You went for breakfast. The cops would like taking statements and stuff like that. And then after you had breakfast, Betty said she's going to go interview this woman that she came down to interview. You two tagged along just to see what was happening, see if it was related. When you went there, she gave her story about her husband, who wasn't her husband. Said he had like scars around his eyes. He had no eyelids, which was really creepy. And he wasn't speaking English. He was just speaking gobbledygook garbage that she didn't understand. And then she'd left him to go and report it to the cops. And by the time she came back with the cop, the guy was in the garage lying on the floor, had seemingly starved himself to death somehow, and had covered the interior of the garage with scrawlings, etchings, some of it in pen, some of it in blood, some of it in excrement, a myriad of strange symbols and writings that she didn't understand, and she has left there. It was only a few days ago. That were witness to, and that's where we pick up, where you are just kind of like standing outside her home, having witnessed this. I think it's Lute Street. I don't think we did anything right after that. I know you looked at the car. I don't think there was anything out of place about the car that she picked up. So you spoke to her, you've looked at the guy, just the symbols you don't really understand. You did spend some time writing down or drawing a bunch of the symbols to try and decipher it later. But I mean, obviously you guys don't know anything about whatever they could be. So you will need to take them to somebody or speak to somebody who could maybe tell you what they mean. So Betty, what would you like to do now?
So what's called, we have all of the etchings and stuff like that, the pictures.
Yes.
So we want to phone someone to identify some of this stuff.
Okay, so who can you go speak to in order to try and track someone down that would know anything about what you've looked at?
So, what's called, I just phone someone from the newspaper to ask them.
So do you want to call your editor Howard, who sent you anyway?
Yeah.
Because you were also supposed to call him this morning to let him know what was happening anyhow.
Okay. Yeah.
So do you want to go back to that diner again or the motel? Because you need to use the payphone, obviously.
Yeah, I'll just go to the diner.
So you're going to go back to the diner in town. While she's doing that, Jeff and Richard, what do you want to do?
Still thinking about that. I mean, if she's going to the diner, I might as well follow her because I'm not sure what.
Yeah, because you're waiting to hear back from the cops if they find Omar or not, right?
Exactly. Yeah, you said a diner?
Yes, the diner in town, the one that you had breakfast in. The one that's across from the auto shop and the motel. Well, not across from, but just down the street.
Shit, I'm going back to the auto shop.
Sure, you
can get some work.
You can go back to Mickey's,
gotta get some work done. Ask Mickey if, got any work.
What about you, Richard? Callum?
Trying to think what Richard would be doing.
I mean, the previous day you were going around town trying to make sales. There will have been some homes where people weren't in, because not everybody's in all points during the day. I mean, you could just go back to doing sales the rest of the day while you're waiting if you want.
I think he would, because he is trying to make money, and if it's just needing to wait, he'll just go around and just like go to the next area of town that he hasn't touched yet.
Sure.
So let's be honest, it's a small town, but there is a lot of houses.
There is quite a lot of houses, yeah. I think there's about 200 homes, roughly. That might include businesses, but yeah. Because there's about 400, 500 people at this point. I was going to ask, like, Richard, so obviously you tagged along with Betty out of interest, more with curiosity maybe. But I mean, do you have any like incentive to like chase up on her later afterwards?
I think it's more like it's something else to do in the town. Like, there's not much to do other than the diner and the saloon. So this is something to pass the time.
Right.
So, like, it's also something where he isn't actively trying to sell. So it's kind of like, hey, this is actually interesting. So he'd like to tag along on that
Sure.
side.
So just like actual curiosity, which is perfecttly valid. I mean, like I've said this before to you guys, but if you ever watched like these old movies where a detective is like doing a case, by the end of the movie, there's like 6 guys following him to every location that have like he's picked up along the way, because seemingly at that point people just tagged along on investigations. As long as you're like a man of standing, it seemed to be fine for you to come along and just see what was going on. Sure. Okay. So Betty, you're going to go over to the diner and you make the call to your editor, Howard. It is now approaching noon in the morning, I would think, maybe like 11 a.m.-ish. So he will answer quite promptly. And he's like, hello, Howard's office.
Hi, Howard. So basically, we've been having what's called, I spoke to Carol Grant. She seems like a, sensible woman, apart from the fact that she's drinking, but we'll just like ignore that. But there was like all these etchings and drawings that were in her garage that that she doesn't know how they came about. Who do I contact in
Wait,
regard
Betty?
to
Is that
that?
you?
Yes, it's Betty.
Hi, Betty. So you spoke to the women. What does it look like? Does it sound like there's a story?
Yeah, there's definitely a story there. It's just a bit weird.
Well, that's great. I mean, the weirder the better. Okay, so what do you need from me?
I need a contact for someone who's, like a sort of occult sort of contact.
Right. So you think this might be some sort of satanic cult or practice that's going on?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was there any news on the husband, what he was into?
No, he seemed just like your average Joe.
Right. Okay. Well, be sure to dig on that. I mean, get into the background, find out everything you can about him. Obviously. Right. Okay. A cult. Right. I'll speak to a couple of people. What time's it now? Right. I'll do this over lunchtime. Why don't you call me back about 1:30 p.m. and I'll reach out to someone. I'll get you a phone number.
Okay.
Okay.
That sounds
Excellent.
good.
Right. I'll speak to you soon,
Right.
Betty. Keep going.
Right.
You can do that. Jeff, you head over to the auto shop. The 2 guys that were there last night, as well as a couple of younger guys, are all in there working away.
Okay. Hey guys, you guys got any work you guys need done or?
Okay, Jeff, was it?
Yeah.
You heard anything about Omar?
No. None at all.
Dang, that's so weird. Work? Takes out flannel, like wipes his brow and scratches the back of his neck. I mean, I don't really need an extra pair of hands at the moment. I do need someone to
Is there
go out
anything
and
that you?
I do need someone to go out and tow that lady's car. If you want to
You know
maybe
what?
take
I'm
care of
on
that.
that. Cause I might as well, since we're still on the Omar thing.
All right, sure. I mean, are you needing a full-time job just now?
Well, no. The reason why I was asking is like, is there anything that you've been like, holding off for a while? That's what I want to know. Like you want to do it, but you don't really have time to do it, but you need to do it. You got any of those type of jobs?
Let me think. Well, I mean, there's a bunch of parts and scrap we were going to haul in from one of the old ranches that we've been
All
kind of
right.
putting off. And we were going to wait until it's warmer in the summertime. But I mean, I suppose we can give you a truck and if you want to go out and take care of that for us.
I got you. I'll do that. First, I'm gonna get the car. Thank you.
All right, sure. I'll get you the keys. Have you got your driver's license there, just so I can take your name and things?
I'm giving my driver license.
Yeah, to your word. Write down your details basically before he gives you the car. It says, right, so she was along Highway 95. I'm not sure exactly how far out. I think Stevie said it was about an hour away. So if you just head north along 95 for about an hour, you should find it.
Okay.
The tire's blown out on the right hand side, so that, I mean, it should be lying on the side of the road.
All right then. I'm out. See you then. Oh
So-
yeah, about the other thing.
Yeah. When we get back, I'll have Charlie here drop a map for you and let you know where to go. I'll need to send one of the kids along with you. You won't be able to do it yourself. You'll need an extra pair of hands.
Gotcha.
All right, Jeff. Thanks. I'll see you soon.
Okay.
And we can talk money when you get back. I'll make sure you get your fair pay for it.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So he goes and buy that car.
Sure. So it's about, like I said, it's not quite an hour's drive. It's maybe about 50 minutes or something along the highway. Before you see Betty's car on the other side, and you have to like turn around. The highway is empty. There's occasionally a truck or two going by in either direction. It's not very busy.
Anything else going on with the car? I'll check it.
Yeah, the front right tire is blown out. Just a pressure issue, looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And it's veered off. Doesn't look like the kind of car you'd expect Betty to be driving. It looks more like something that a low-income family guy might have.
Mhm.
But other than that, I don't think there was anything unusual about Betty's car.
All right. All right. Yeah.
So you're going to hook that up and
Nice
then
hard.
bring that back down. While you're doing that, Richard, you kind of pick up where you left off yesterday. You've probably got like a list of houses that you have yet to get, or like nobody was in the previous day. And the one that's going to be of interest to us is, where is it? Is it Rev Street? Revert Avenue. 19 Revert Avenue. That was it. So you parked here and checked out some of the homes the previous day, but number 19, there wasn't anybody in. You can see as you're like pulling into the street this morning, there is a car in the driveway. Callum.
Cool. Well, immediately give it a try. Like, park up, walk up, probably bring the briefcase with a few things.
I can still hear
And
you.
if there's a doorbell, press it. If it's not, knock.
So your briefcase is this like one of these big salesman briefcases that folds out two different directions.
You know what? Let's say yes. I was trying to think, like, I don't think he spent the money on that, but, like, I'm just imagining it's like a pop-out table.
Yeah, because I was thinking, because if you have vacuum cleaners and stuff like that, then surely you need a lot of room in there.
Yeah, let's go with it.
Because Polaroid cameras were the other thing you had, and they were quite bulky this time.
Remote controls, radios as well.
Yeah, they're all pretty bulky items. You would need like a big sturdy case for that. So I can imagine you're like humping it. You must be quite strong as well. carrying that around all the time. So you set that down, and it, like the floor of the porch kind of creaks a little bit under it. And they've got the screen door that you can like flip open, and then you can just give a rat tat tat on the other door. And then you see a woman answers, and she has like long brown hair that's kind of curled. She has typical sort of 50s housewife kind of dress. It's like a pale yellow with like white polka dots all over it. And she's got like a ribbon belt thing tied around the waist. And her hair, even though it's like long, is kind of like pulled back. It's not tied all the way back, it's like pulled back behind her ears. But as soon as she answers, you can tell that, because you're used to seeing people all the time, that she is someone who has definitely been under a lot of stress lately. She just has that look about her. Not quite that she's been crying, but she definitely looks as if she's been like exasperated. And when she answers the door, it's this put on smile that you're used to as well. And she's like, "Hi, come on, how can I help you?"
So obviously he's picked up on this, and he goes, "Hi, sorry, don't mean to interrupt you, don't mean to take your time. I've just came to town looking to see if I can offer things to help people make their lives easier. Yes, I'm a traveling salesman." Just cut into the, he's cut into the chase. He's just trying to play up the whole like she's tired and exasperated, and just like playing to it to cut to the chase, but also like, hey, I want to help make things easier.
Oh, yeah, sure. Do you want to come in? I was just making coffee.
Like, thank you. That would be absolutely lovely. Get out of this absolutely torturous sun. Come in. I can't remember. Like, would it be the norm for shoes off? I guess probably because of all the dust and stuff.
It would very much depend. I feel like a lot of people wore their shoes indoors at this time period as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
maybe
he'd still assume look at her shoes and then ask and stuff.
Yeah,
what she's wearing.
I mean, you're so practicing. I imagine you've got like a whole thing where you scan. You can tell if it's the type of house where they take their shoes off just by like the immediate area around the door and stuff like that. So you can probably tell, but you ask politely anyway. And she's like, "Oh no, that's totally fine. Just go have a seat. Don't mind my daughter there, Barbara." And you can see at the end of the living room, there's like this big dining table, a big wide window at the end. This little girl who's like in a blue dress that's like little white hatched line pattern all over it. And she's got her hair all like braided back and in pigtails. Very just like a very pretty 8-year-old little girl. Just like kind of sat there, but she's just like doesn't even turn her head to you, and she's just like staring out the window. And you can see there's a bowl of cereal in front of her, and the cereal's all like sodden. And the spoon is still sat exactly beside the bowl. She hasn't like touched it.
And he's just gonna like follow the gaze out the window just to see like what is out the window in case something is actually happening.
Yeah, the building is kind of facing eastwards to that side, so you can just see the hills that go into mountains off to the east.
Right. Those are some gorgeous mountains. I definitely would be staring at those for absolute days. And then he'd slowly sort of turn around with a big smile on his face to try and see if that had got the child's interest at all. Probably hasn't. And he'd just sort of go, yeah, kids being kids.
Yeah, she doesn't turn.
Probably brush it off. Like, it's probably one of the few times he's used to kids not paying him attention because he doesn't have immediate toys.
Yeah, she just doesn't even seem to acknowledge you. The woman walks up and says, "Barbara, you're going to say hello to the next man." I said, "Barbara, please eat something," she says, and like picks up the spoon, like puts it in the bowl, and then she turns around to you and she's like, yeah, coffee. How do you like your coffee?"
Black with 2 sugars, thanks.
No problem, 1 second. And she like goes into the kitchen, and while she's in there, she's like, "So, well, what is it you're bringing us today?"
Just a few things. I've got. He runs through the rigmarole of like the doodads he has and stuff, finishing up. And of course, I've got some vacuum cleaners and similar sales pitch that he did to the earlier woman about how all this dust, that kind of thing. Depending how it goes, he'd probably try to like get a rapport. Like a lot of the language he would use would just be to like, hey, like not pressuring because she's already under a lot of pressure, and trying to like say like, my partner done this and my partner does this, and it's just exhausting. And even I find it easy, like, because at the time it's probably rare for men to do chores.
Yes.
And he's like, I find do the Hoover, and he'd probably just with a tester just show how easy it is for the Hoover to work in the house and stuff.
Sure. So you plug it in, presumably, to turn on the power for the
Yeah.
vacuum. It sends up, and the vacuums at this point were super like loud, obnoxiously so. So like you won't be able to like hear each other talk as you turn it on, kind of thing. And when you turn it on and that massive sound happens, the girl that's sitting at the table that like was totally ignoring everything and no reaction whatsoever, just like gets a fright of her absolute life, just like leaps out of the chair, falls backwards, and she's like pinned against the wall with her eyes wide open. Her mother kind of like goes, "Oh my god," and like runs over to her and scoops her up, and the wee girl just starts like crying.
With how noisy it is, I'm going to imagine he's not noticed this and he's already started the sales pitch and then turned and looked and went, "Oh," and then he didn't plug it.
Yeah, so pew, it powers down, and the woman's like holding our daughter up over her shoulder, with her hand like behind her head, and the wee girl's just like sobbing.
That's fair reaction. I think we can rule out the vacuum cleaner. They are a bit loud. And immediately just sort of just like put it in the box. Try not to pressure. Say like understand the situation. Try to mend the bridges for scaring the child.
Yeah, give me a 2 dice roll.
Cool. Dice.
Other
Give me a second. My
actions,
character has disappeared.
You can press C, it'll pop up.
Other actions, human and occupational.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to add the green dice so you can reroll that?
So this is like the stress roll.
Yeah, you do the same roll, but you just click on the third dice as well.
Okay. Yes. You know what? Like he wants to try and fix this.
Oh my God, that's so
Jesus.
good. That's way too much in the other direction.
665.
Yeah. She's got her daughter's crying, and she's like trying to comfort her. She's like, "Barbara, it's okay, please forget about it, it's okay, it was just a vacuum cleaner, just there's nothing to be worried about." And you're like, panicking, like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, blah blah blah." And she's like, "Oh my God, she's made such a mess," because you notice that she's knocked over the bowl of cereal and it's spilled everywhere, and the woman's just flustered. She sets her daughter down on the couch and says, "Please, just 1 second, Barbara," and she like runs to the kitchen and gets like a dish towel and starts like trying to mop it up. And as she's doing that, the wee girl is like sobbing, and she's just like, she looks like right at you, and she's like, "I saw myself. It was me."
I'm just gonna think, like Richard's immediately just gonna go like, like there's certain he totally misunderstands the situation.
Well, could you
and
make
he picks up a Polaroid camera.
Could you make a stress roll before you react as well?
Stress roll. I don't increase my stress.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, doesn't seem too weird to you.
He's gonna misunderstand it and just say like, you can take photos of other people with this, and he's like, gets it geared up with the flash and stuff, and then clicks not at the child, like at like he poses it and takes like a photo of himself, so he like blinds himself with the flash, and he plays it up and goes, "Oh, I'm so dazzled," and stuff like that to try and see.
The woman is like mopping up and just apologizing profusely for the mess, for the show of things, as she's doing so. Clearly very flustered and like on the edge of just like a nervous breakdown for whatever has happened. And this kind of like social situation is just a lot for her, you can tell at this moment in time.
I'm trying to think, would it be sensible of Richard to offer to help? Like he just gets down and just starts tidying up as well.
Yeah, sure. She'd be like, "No, that's not necessary. Thank you so much." As you're doing it,
and he's just like, no, I'm the one that caused this. This is my mistake. Like I should have maybe not startled poor Barbara with the vacuum cleaner. I apologize. And he just starts like cleaning, using some of the same stuff that she is and scooping up the
and
stuff.
when you say Barbara, the wife like remembers her daughter is there, and she's like, "Oh my God, Barbara!" And she runs back over to her and like she's like kneeled down in front of her, stroking her hair, She's like, look, you're talking now. That's so much better. See, I told you things would be okay. We'll get past this, honey. Everything's going to be okay. And then
Barbara doesn't talk?
the wee girl just repeats to her. She's just like, but I saw myself. It was me, mummy. I was in there. And she's like, don't be ridiculous, honey. You couldn't be in there. You were standing with me.
Is she pointing like at the vacuum cleaner or something?
No. She's just like speaking to her.
Richard will this is probably the first time he's actually listening to the child properly. And he's like digesting it, and he's heard children say weird things, and he's heard heard other people say children say weird things, but this one seems a bit different.
The wee girl
So
just
she's-
like throws her arms around her mum. She's like, I don't want it to happen to me too. And the mum's just like, nothing bad's going to happen to you. I wouldn't ever let that happen to you. And like they have a moment where, they've almost forgotten you're there for a second, as they kind of like embrace and just comfort each other.
And Richard can't help but sort of pause for a second and go, that to her too? And she's just like he's trying to add like what's being said together, and it's again just interesting but nothing too surprising.
But yeah, they have a moment there, and then the woman remembers her. I'm so sorry, Mister. I can't even remember your name.
Richard.
Richard, I'm so sorry. This isn't a good time, I'm afraid. Perhaps you could come back another day.
Happily so. He probably pulls out like no, he doesn't have a phone number, so he's not going to pull out a card.
You could tell her where you were staying or something like that. If you
Yeah,
wanted.
I think they say like, look, if you want, I'm at the motel, room such and such. I'm there most evenings. If I'm not there, I'll be at the diner. And both yourself and Barbara have a lovely evening. It was a pleasure. Charm, and then he'll, bow and leave and stuff.
I don't think I mentioned her name, but obviously she would have introduced herself at the front door. Her name is Nancy.
Nancy.
Yeah, thank you, Richard. I'm so sorry about all this, but yes, I'll be sure to pay a visit. I'm sure you have some very interesting items there.
And he just makes sure he packs up everything that he can and sees himself out.
Yeah, just as you.
And he probably pause outside. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say like maybe just as you go, you take one last kind of like look back just to make sure you close the door properly, or whatever. And Nancy's got her back to you, and the wee girl's like over her shoulder, and the wee girl's eyes are like wide open. She's just like staring at you.
People do respawn in this game, so it's.
And just Richard will just have just tilt his head slightly, like with a curious look, and wave. But his face is kind of like, I'm not quite sure what's happening here, but he waves and then closes the doors.
Yeah, and then after that, just fix your tie and on to the next house.
Yep. Get himself brushed off, and away we go.
Meanwhile, many, many miles away at the University of the Pacific, earlier in the morning, I would say. Glim, can you just push to talk or mute or something? Because I can hear whatever you've got on.
Sorry about that.
Daniel Ford. Daniel, you're lying in your bed. It's a warm, cozy moment in the morning. You just wake up dreamily. You have the young woman with her head nestled like in the crook of your arm, and her dark hair beside you, and you just like come to and wake up, and you look down at her, and you can feel her like breathing on your skin. She looks up at you, and then suddenly it's not the same head face that was there a second ago, because a moment ago it was a young woman from the class yesterday, but now it's another woman with kind of blonde hair, and she looks up at you and she says, "Good morning."
Um,
Aren't you going to say
Just-
it?
very bewildered, say good morning.
She like strokes the side of your balding head with one finger. You know you called me Starchild again last night.
No?
The door to your bedroom opens, and almost as if you're like at a different angle, like third person camera, looking into the scene of you in the bed with this woman and this guy coming in through the door, and his right hand, where his hand should be on his right arm, doesn't seem to be like a hand. It's more like a long hook. Steps into the room, and he is like, it's like he looks like someone from like a 1930s gangster movie. And he walks in, and he's like, "Angela, what the hell are you doing here?" What's your immediate reaction?
Putting as much space between me and the woman and this new man as far as possible.
Okay, you leap, fall out of bed. The woman gets up on her knees and says something to the man, and they embrace and kiss. And as they're kissing, her whole body starts to like shrivel and shrink up like a deflated balloon until it's just this large, saggy thing hanging off his mouth. And then you wake up in bed with your alarm bell ringing very loudly in your ear.
I sit bolt right and
Okay.
quickly like slap the side table for my glasses before putting them on and visually acquiring, my environment.
As you like slap around for glasses, you knock the alarm clock, and it's one of those old-fashioned ones with the bells on top, and it's a kind of like enamel painted turquoise color over the metal, and you like knock it over and it falls flat on the ground, but it's making more muffled ring 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 as it's on the ground.
Yeah, like just very very panicked, try to put glasses on because of course I'm blind without them. I I've got the blankets up and like pressed up against me as if like some sort of protective barrier, or I'm trying to cover myself, but I'm already wearing my pajamas, and I'm just like kind of holding that sort of like defensive pose, like what the fuck, what's happening, where am I, what's going on?
Yeah,
And
your
then once
heart.
I realize that it's a dream, I visibly just relax and uh
Yeah, your heart's racing, and then you're like, oh, okay, just a dream. And then reality kind of clicks, like, oh shit, my alarm's ringing.
oh dang it. Quickly get it to stop ringing and set it on, and hurry to get dressed and ready for the day. Obviously, my alarm's up and I need to be ready to go.
Yeah, so you get up, follow your morning routine, you travel into the building, you've got your satchel or whatever you're using to carry your papers with, probably another book under your arm as well. You come into the building and you say hi to members of the faculty as you're entering. You're a little, I don't want to say stressed, but a little higher strung than normal at this time in the morning.
Yeah, I'm definitely the dream is very much on my mind.
Yep. You head to your first class. Which floor is your first class on?
Sure, if it's up to me, third floor, why not?
So you're up on the third floor, which is the uppermost floor of the building before you get to like the storage rooms and stuff like that. You come into your class, and your class is always quite small. I imagine not many people really take it if it's like folklore and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Maybe you get a lot of people taking it as like a filler class, so a lot of them don't even bother showing up.
That's it.
Yeah. But especially, I mean, you're in February now, so this far into the year as well, a lot of the ones that had taken it earlier have like dropped out or just not bothered with it. So there's only a handful of students in there when you come in, and you're used to seeing the same familiar faces. But front row, front and centre, is a young woman from yesterday's class.
Oh no.
I forget if we gave her a name. Does anyone remember if I gave her a name?
I don't think we did. I don't think we did, but I was literally just about to ask that.
I don't remember her name if we gave her one.
I have a list of names here. I will just pull one out. Where's my list of names? God damn it. Always when you look for it. Anyway, she will be there. You'll recognize her and you know her name because she introduced herself yesterday. She just like smiles at you as you come into the room.
There's a brief, a very brief like moment of hesitation, but just in like the sense of, you know, the usual routine is I go in, say hi to like maybe 5 other students that are my regulars, and then, you know, head to my desk, and that's all that. But there's that brief moment of like, oh, there's something new here, and realizing that it's her.
Cynthia. That's the name we'll go with.
Oh, great.
What's wrong with Cynthia?
Cynthia?
I just immediately think sin.
Okay, yeah.
It's delightfully appropriate.
Connotations for your guy, that's completely on you as that flashes through his mind. One of those intrusive thoughts. And also following that intrusive thought is the whole bedroom scene. And immediately you feel more uncomfortable standing in front of the class, and you realise you just kind of like paused halfway between the door and your desk to like stare at her in the room for a second.
Right. Well, with that realization, I need to quash that immediately, and just like very quickly march myself to the desk before I sit down and just be like, good morning, everyone. And just try to power through the day's lesson, I suppose.
Do you have a title? Are you like a doctor or a professor, or are you just like father or what?
I suppose, like at the school, I suppose I just go by father. I suppose.
So everyone else goes, "Good morning, Father Ford," and she goes, "Good morning, Professor."
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Just
so
going to
what's
power through this?
Yeah, we power through. What's today's class about?
Oh God. I suppose the concept of like the how like the similarities among different religions and cultural mythologies of like in regards to spirits and possibly like malignant entities like demons and such.
Oh, okay. I was going for something much more banal, but okay.
Oh well, that works too, I suppose. I don't
No,
know.
no,
You left it up to
said.
me.
Well, you're the teacher. It's your class.
I guess that's what
I think I imagine like you start off as something banal, but then the class like steer you away like into like a more weird topic.
No, honestly, yeah, that's probably more accurate to
So
say.
you're talking about similarities between. I mean, I was thinking it would be the origin stories. The creation of man, because that's where a lot of similarities lie. A lot of religions, but maybe you start off with that, and then they push you on a tangent. Well, what about the devil? What about this? What about that?
Yeah,
and steering
and
you,
I
and
think
then that's the area you can talk more about, and you just start going on.
for sure. And I think, yeah, if anything, that's kind of just Daniel's. That's usually how Daniel's teaching goes. He starts with one thing, and then students ask questions, and he just kind of goes off on this side tangent, and maybe he gets around to his original point, maybe he doesn't.
I can see why this is a filler class.
Yeah. Yeah. He's not that good.
Okay, so you go to class. It's like a 2-hour class. It's all morning, so it's like 9 to 11. It's open for lunch, or maybe half 11, because you'll have a break halfway between.
For sure.
And as we're getting like towards the end of the class, just like you're mid-sentence talking about the devil and relations to other religions and how they have entities depicting evil or chaos and all that kind of thing. And then there's this very loud barking immediately from outside the classroom, like in the hallway. And you are up on the 3rd floor.
Do other students react to this, or is it just me?
Well, everybody, yeah, it's very loud barking. They
Okay.
immediately say, everyone's just like, what the? Turn around. It's so loud,
Yeah,
you know, you can't speak over it.
I just sort of motion for everyone to kind of just sit down, and I'll head towards the door and kind of poke my head out.
You open up the
See what
door
the
and
hell's
there's a
going on.
large Alsatian directly outside your classroom door barking "Arr, arr, 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 arr," at your door. Or at you in this case, because you've opened the door.
Okay. Just kind of looking around. Does this dog belong to anybody? Is there anybody else in the hall?
Yes, almost right away. A man about the same age as yourself, hat, and he's got a coat and shirt and all that, kind of comes along and he's like, "It's Kyle, what the hell are you doing away up here?" And he's like grabbing it by the leash, the collar, and trying to pull it away. And he takes the leash and like hooks it onto the collar. And he looks up at you. He's like, I'm terribly sorry, sir. I'm terribly sorry. I don't know what's going into him." He's like having to drag the dog away as it's like continuing to bark and at your direction.
At me. Okay.
Definitely at you or the classroom.
Yeah, that's fair. I was about to say, like, you know, with the dog now semi under control at least, or in the guy's hands, I think Daniel will fully step out of the door and is just, again, kind of appraising the situation.
Yeah.
Like, is the dog still barking at me, or is it now barking at the door?
It's barking at your direction, you know, as he's pulling away up the hallway. Other teachers are like coming out of their doors, like, what is going on? And one of the women, like, across the hall from you is like, "Daniel, what was that all about?"
I think almost as a reflex, my hand kind of goes to where my cross is, which is kind of like just over my heart.
You bear it around your neck, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's worn around my neck, but it's always underneath.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I just kind of place my hand over, and I'm just staring at this dog, and I don't know, trying to figure out why. You're like, why is the dog so agitated? Why is it barking at me specifically?
Yeah. And at that moment, the bell rings to signal the end of classes, and all the students, who never waste a second, they're like up and out, filling the hallways. As you and the other teacher just sort of standing across from each other, like, what was that? Cynthia comes out of the room ahead of the other students, and she's like, "Well, that was a very interesting class, Professor. I hope I'll see you again."
Yes, I'm sure we will.
The other woman, the other teacher that came out of class, just kind of throws you a look like, "Professor."
No. The moment she throws the look, he meets her gaze, and it was like very, very subtly but very enthusiastically shaking his head no.
She shrugs her shoulders and goes back to her own class, saying, "Okay, class, everybody out, blah, blah, blah." And after that, you and a couple of other teachers grab your belongings and head down to the faculty lounge for your lunch.
The man whose dog did I recognize him at all? Like, is he faculty member? Or?
Definitely not faculty member, no. Doesn't seem, you don't recognize him. He wouldn't be a member of staff.
Interesting.
So you go down for your lunch in the faculty. The other members are there. You had a couple of names listed on your journal, I think.
Yeah. Well, I mean.
Yeah, so Albert Suarez.
Yeah.
Is he also at the university?
I think so, but he's not like, I don't think he's really like part of the faculty. I think he just, he kind of helps out with me and, some of the other.
It's just because you had him written as colleague. I just assumed work colleague.
Yeah.
But if you meant something else,
well, yeah, no. Colleague in that we're both,
members.
priests and exorcists.
Okay, but, so not okay. So he wouldn't be there. Okay, yeah. So other members of the faculty there, and the guy, the head of the physics department that spoke to you yesterday, I'm sorry I didn't grab you yesterday, Mr. Ford, afterwards, but I just want to say thank you for taking the physics class. That was really helpful.
Oh, it's really hardly any trouble at all. Matter of fact, as you said, I didn't really have to do anything. Your your teacher's aide, Cynthia, seemed uh, as helpful as you said.
He's like, looks confused for a second. Oh, Miss Blackwell. Yes. She's an excellent student. It's unusual to see a
Yes.
girl in the physics department, I suppose, yes? She's only the second one we've ever
yes.
had at this point.
Yes, well, seems she's also taking an interest in my class as well. She was in my class this morning.
He's like, oh, and he throws you like a cheeky grin. Well, it's a good thing you're a man of the cloth, isn't it?
Yes, quite. I'm afraid I'll have to redirect her efforts. I'm afraid.
I imagine, given the time period, there's some off-color remarks about young women.
Yes, very much. And Daniel does it. He just sort of endures hearing it. Doesn't join in. Doesn't say anything. Just maybe a gentle reminder of probably shouldn't talk like that about young women, but knows that that's pointless probably.
Yeah, but after that, you have the rest of the afternoon just to the way you like it. No classes, just you and your books.
Fantastic.
So where do you like to go when you have this kind of study time?
I think definitely probably a specific nook in a library on campus.
Okay.
Yeah. Just kind of off on a corner that hardly anybody ever really visits, and it also happens to be closest to the books that I usually study.
So lots of books in Latin, I'm imagining, given that it's
Yeah, definitely.
religious school as well as being the quiet corner.
Yeah, yeah. It's yeah. Many reasons why students don't are rarely ever found in this corner of the library. Also
Sure.
means it's even quieter.
So, Betty, after you've spoken to Howard and he says he's going to call you back, or you'd call him back after lunchtime, Jeff and Richard kind of went their own separate ways. So, are you just like grabbing lunch at the diner before you call back?
Yeah. Well, I'm grabbing lunch, but then I'm phoning the husband to say
Okay. George, was that his name? Yeah.
yes.
Right. So you call George at his work, I'm assuming, because that's where he would be.
Yeah. Well, it would be lunchtime at his work.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Okay. So he answers and he's like, "Hello, Booth's office."
Hi, honey. I'm sorry, but like I've still got to do further investigation with this lead. It's becoming quite a gripping story. I'll have to tell you all about it when I come back. You're going to really enjoy it. It's getting very meaty.
Okay. So, hi, darling. So you're not going to be home for dinner? Is that what you're telling me?
I probably won't be home for the next 2 days.
2 days. Right.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. We can speak when you get back. Your children are at Grandma Shirley's, and I
Yes.
will go out with the boys tonight. Charles is celebrating his 49th with some friends. I will tag along and have dinner at their place.
Well, have fun. That sounds marvelous.
I will have fun. I will have a few drinks and I will enjoy myself.
Such a
Well,
loving
I'm happy.
relationship.
Superb.
How are your accommodations down
you.
there? I love you too. How are your accommodations down there?
The accommodation is okay. People are pleasant.
You said you were
It's-
staying at a motel.
Yes.
Do you need some money? Do you need money so you can stay somewhere that isn't a crappy motel?
Well, yes, that would be nice.
Right, well, you said BT. I'm assuming they have a post office down there.
Yes.
Okay, I will wire some money down to you.
Thank you.
I'm having a great day. Thanks for asking.
I know, I was going to ask him, what did you have for lunch? I'm just about to have a patty melt.
Yes, and then you just go into more relaxed, casual, everyday sort of conversation. He's not been so like catty and passive aggressive. And by the time the end of the phone call, Betty, you feel like, okay, things are going to be okay. We'll just have a chat when I get home and sort it all out. He just has to like get used to the fact that I'm a working woman.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sure. And then after that, you call back Howard after lunch, and Howard's like, Betty, okay, great. Friend of friend, I've got a number for a guy. He's a doctor or a lecturer or something at some university over in California. His name's Daniel Ford, and then he'll give you a phone number for the university. He's like, yeah, if you ask them to put you through to Dr. Ford, I think that should get you through.
Okay.
Or Father Ford. I'm not sure what these church guys go by.
Okay, I'll go it with Father Ford.
All right. Apparently, he's the man to talk to about occult and Satan stuff.
Okay, thank you.
Daniel, you're sat down after lunch in your nice quiet corner. Your book's laid out. Your little sandwich on your handkerchief. Settling down, all nice and relaxed. When you can hear the phone ring in the library, and then the librarian answers it, and then looks around, walks over to you. Father Ford, there's a call from your office. There's someone calling for you.
Thank you. I'll set my books down and head over immediately to answer the call. Hello.
Hello, I'm Betty Booth. I work as an investigative journalist. And I have this story. Basically, this woman has like all these etchings in her house. I've got all the drawings, and I'd like to hire you to have a look at all these drawings, and I'll pay you money for that. Like, well, my company will pay you money for that. So.
I see. And where are you? Where's this?
I'm in Reno.
No, you're not. You're in BT.
I'm in BT. Sorry. I'm in BT. Yeah.
Okay. And these strange symbols. I might be able to help. I suppose I'll do what I can.
How fast can you get here?
A bit of a drive. Possibly in the next couple of days.
Oh, well, can you get here sooner? I'm on a sort of deadline for this story, so if you can get here like sooner, then I can negotiate with my boss about giving you more money.
Oh, that's very generous. I will do what I can.
If you need money for like, a plane ticket, I can get you a plane ticket to BA, as in to the nearest airport,
Yeah, but I don't think that would get me any quicker to Beatty.
It's an 8-hour drive. If you get plane, you could probably be there in half that time. Remember the 50s?
Okay.
I mean, you could just like walk on a plane.
Oh yeah.
Driver's license, smoke a cigarette, and you're there in like 15 minutes.
I forget they let you just walk on the plane. Yeah, okay. I will be there as soon as I can. I'll have to quickly inform my colleagues.
Okay. I'm staying at Motel 6. It's Motel 6, wasn't it? Yeah.
That you remember, yes.
Yeah. Motel 6.
Never mind what state you're in, but you remember what motel is.
See, I shall see you then. Looking forward to it.
Yes.
And I'll
God
get
bless.
I will contact my boss to give you that refund on the ticket, as in, you know, the price back for whatever it was for your ticket. So, yeah.
Sure.
Betty, can you roll 2 dice for me? I want to see how persuasive you are
Okay.
with actually convincing him he needs to immediately jump on a plane and go to a different state for money that he doesn't need.
Yeah. Not quite sure how to really respond.
Okay, so do you want to roll that again with the green dice?
No, not really.
It just, I don't feel like you really convinced him that he needed to be there. Do you want to tell him some more details about what it is you need him to investigate, just to like pique his interest so that he actually wants to come over?
It's a stress roll.
I don't want to criticise your role playing, but I mean, you didn't really give him much there.
Yeah, I sort of just got weird symbols, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'll. I mean, I can, but.
I don't want you to take stress, Betty, but with a successful roll, you will. I mean, your 6 was higher there, so you're not actually going to trigger the stress anyway.
Okay, cool.
But we can say that in the actual conversation, you were a little more enticing with the details. Like, you saw occult symbols, you didn't recognise what they are. They're there under suspicious circumstances to do with a potential homicide in a strange body. You know, it sounds more enticing and interesting to make him think like, ooh, this actually might be something I want to investigate.
Yeah.
Okay.
And with the 6 on that roll, then they would be more convincing, and then he is going to want to come.
Yeah. I guess I will hang up the phone and inform the dean of the university that I'll be gone for a bit.
Oh,
Dean goes, wait, you're still employed here?
the dean will be like, oh, do you have any? I mean, how long are you going to be away for? Do you have any classes?
I mean, I've got one, but it's honestly just there's like maybe 5 students. Oh, I suppose 6 now, but she joined rather late in the term, so it's
Okay, well, that's no problem at all, Daniel. I'll get someone to fill in for you if it's just one class. If you're going, if it's going to go on for no longer, just give us a call and let us know so we can prepare.
I don't think that'll be too necessary, but I will absolutely if circumstances change. Probably just a few days at most.
Okay, yes. I mean, if it's going to be several days, let us know. But that's no problem at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a quick call to the airport. You can get a plane to Vegas fairly regularly, I would imagine. So you can grab one of those today. So you could get a plane to Vegas, then you can actually get a plane to BT because there is an airfield close to there. But I would imagine it'd be quicker driving from Vegas, which is a 100 miles drive, so like 2-hour drive.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So Betty, that was just after lunchtime, about 1 p.m. He should be here about dinner time this evening. So what do you want to do in the meantime?
Okay. We'll have a patty melt.
Is that going to take you 7 hours? Or 6 hours?
Oh, it's going to take like an hour and a half. We'll have some ice cream with it, ice cream sundae.
All right, because you're getting your expenses paid, right?
Yeah.
And your husband's sending you money.
I like how you have a job to do and you're just like, I'm a sit and eat ice cream for 7 hours.
You know, when in Rome.
Jeff, while that's happening, you're away picking up this car. You get it hooked up to the pickup truck, and you're heading back along 95 going south back to Beatty. About half a mile outside of the town, you passed it on the way out as well, but on your way back, it's just more noticeable because you're kind of bored. The diner that you passed the previous day, or they passed the previous day, you haven't seen it yet, and just sat by the side of the road. I mean, it's not right on the highway. There's a little dirt road going off for a little distance, and then obviously that turns so that the building is facing the highway. But yeah, I mean, it looks like it used to be like a truck stop or something. It says Vern's Diner, or like a hand-painted sign on the highway pointing to the left. Or to be the right. I'm trying to think the way their roads are. And the symbol was like that 50s style neon sign above the door, says Vern's in a kind of cursive writing.
Vern's Diner, you said?
Yeah, it says Vern's. And it's all like boarded up. And there's like a signage or something has been like, pasted onto some of the boards. And it looks as if there's like a chain fence around it as well.
Right, park and go see what's on the sign.
You pull over for whatever reason, and just a little bit down dirt road, and it definitely was a truck stop at some point because you can see all the space that's been cleared for the trucks to park on the one side, as well as like meters, and then the diner's on the opposite side to that, and there's some car park spaces in front of it. But someone has boarded it all up. All the windows are boarded up. In fact, I've got a picture here. This is the close to it as I could get. It's like this old style one, but all the windows have big wooden boards over them. And the landscape around it is just like flat shrub desert land. And the sign would say Vern's rather than Dan's.
Interesting.
But it does seem, I mean, even though it's suitable for the time period as such, to look like that, it does seem a little odd about where it's sitting.
Yeah, did you already tell me what's on the paper? I'm sorry about that. You said there's a sign.
Yes, so pasted onto some of the wooden boards is a sign, and as you get closer you see it's the radiation symbol, which I'm sure everybody is familiar with it by this point in history. And it says danger, radioactive materials. But although it's boarded up in the chain link fence and such, that all looks new. It doesn't look weather beaten or worn in any way. That all looks as if like that's just been like put up very recently.
Well, when he sees radioactive, he's like, oh crap. He just moves back and just gets back in his car.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't want to mess with that.
Totally valid. You get back on the highway and you head back to town. You come up to the auto shop, Mickey and the boys are there, and you pull in with Betty's vehicle.
Yeah. Yep, here's the car. What? Oh, what's going on? Go ahead.
Great stuff. Okay, and he goes in his wallet, gives you like $5.
Thank you. Hey, what happened to Vern's Diner?
Ferns. Oh, the diner at 95 there? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Mick's kind of doing that like he did yesterday when Betty was talking to him, and he like clammed up as if he didn't want to talk about the subject anymore. And you kind of get the sense, that sort of vibe off him right now. And he seems very reluctant to like say anything. Yeah, it's closed, right?
No, it says radioactive.
Oh, I mean, I don't know about that. That's the military boys must have put those signs up. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they do the bomb tests. They have the test range out there in the desert. I don't know what goes on.
Oh, right. Yeah, you're right. Totally forgot.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so you wanted to take a truck out to the ranch for me?
Yes, please.
All right, great. Well, my nephew Stevie here, and he's like, Stevie, and he like clicks his fingers, and one of the guys gets out from underneath the car, wipes the grease off his hands, and comes over, cigarette still in his mouth, and it's that young, attractive guy from yesterday. He's like, hey, how you doing?
Cool.
Yeah, it's my nephew Stevie. He'll go with you, give you a hand, show you where it is, help you with anything. So there's a whole bunch of old vehicles out there and machines. I figure it's going to be worth something for, if not for scrap, there might be some parts we can use. Just rummage around and just take whatever you think would be useful.
All right.
It's a little distance out there. So I mean, it'll maybe take you a couple hours, 2-3 hours at most to get there and fill up the truck and get back again.
All right.
That's great. Yeah, Stevie will show you where it is. You know where it is, Stevie, right? And it's like, yeah, I know. It's the old Starshield Ranch, right? And he's like, yeah, that's the one.
All right. Yeah. Let's keep going. We'll talk more about it on the road. Well, is there anything else?
He won't have anything else to. If you want to ask him something else, you can.
Oh yeah, I ask. That's what I do ask him.
No. Well, I mean, not unless you need to know anything. I mean, Stevie will show you where it is. There's gloves and stuff in the back of the truck. Stevie's got the keys there. Stevie, make sure it's filled with gas before you go. I don't want to get you guys getting stuck out there in the desert.
Let's do this, Stevie.
He's like, no problem. And he like makes sure the gear and the tools and stuff in the back of the truck. It's just like a 3-seater in the front, and then it's like a pickup truck at the back. He jumps in like the side.
You said Betty's there?
No, she's in the diner. I mean, you can go off and see her first if you want.
Yeah. You're good job.
Money to be made.
Yep.
So yeah, Stevie will get in the car and he's like got his cigarette, he throws it out and starts lighting another one.
I stop in mid-stride. I'm like, hey, you got a pen and paper?
Yeah, and he's like thumbing his pockets and then checks the glove box, and then he like leans out. He's like, Eddie, yo Eddie, you got a notepad? And like another young guy comes out and he's got like a notepad and pencil and gives it to him.
Thank you. Just to write stuff down there. It's a thing. But yeah. Ready to go to Stevie. You know, off to the words.
Yeah, you will back out. You will kind of go north out of town, but instead of following 95, you will turn off to go kind of eastwards.
Okay. Now that we're on the road, I can ask Stevie stuff. Is that okay?
Sorry, what do you ask him? Just makes a little thing with.
Yeah. Is it kind of low?
It's not as low as a bit of distortion.
All right. So I asked Stevie about the Starshell Ranch. Wanted to ask him away from his boss. All right.
The ranch, yeah, it was like some beatnik types during the Silver Rush. They set up a ranch out here. I think they were trying to hire the horses out for movies or some shit. But yeah, they had to sell it and moved a few years ago. It's been lying empty since then. Anything else?
I mean, that's about it. I mean, is there anything else going on down there? Or...
Sorry, can you say that again?
Sorry, was there anything else going down over there? I mean, was that all it?
Well, I mean, that was 7 years ago they left, I think. And I think they were trying to sell the place, but I mean, I don't know what happened. All I know is that nobody owns it now. And my uncle there, he got permission if you could, you know, take the scrap. And they said, yeah, just come pick it up whenever you like. But that was last year. And then it's winter, and we thought, well, we'll just wait until it gets warmer.
All right, then. I think that's about it. Let's go get this scrap.
Sure. So he puts his one foot up on like the dashboard. So what happened to your friend yesterday? The guy said that he went missing.
Oh, long story short, we were messing with towers. The first tower was fine, and he was still there. The second tower, I was working on it, and then I was talking to him, and he wasn't answering. I looked down, he wasn't there, and the truck was abandoned and out and everything. So
Well, that sounds kind of weird.
very.
What do you think happened?
I have not the slightest clue, but I hope it's nothing awful.
Yeah, he'll probably turn
Right.
up, flicks his cigarette out the window. People are always going
Is
missing
anything-
around here.
I thought so. How's what's the most recent besides on? Well, what's the set?
Well, you know what it is, these little backwards towns, there's nothing to do. People come and go all the time. I mean, just last year, Tony, who was in my high school class, well, he was in the same year as me at high school, and I used to know him from here. We used to come when we came in the summer to visit my uncle and spend time with him. Last year, he just like up and left, never told his pa where he was going or anything.
Whether I'm writing this down, he doesn't know.
What about you? What brings you out here?
I don't like everything. Work. And I was helping out a friend who had to now disappear.
Right. Does it pay good doing the fixing the towers?
Oh yeah. And two, the bonus of it is that I've always wanted to see Vegas. So that was the bonus.
Right, yeah, Vegas is a fun town. He starts telling you stories about him and how him and some of his friends go to like one of the brothels in Vegas. And he starts telling you like lewd stories about the women that they were with.
Crazy. So she did all that? That's nuts.
Yeah, man, anything you want, you just put the money up.
Oh, it's crazy.
I haven't won anything big there yet, but we play some of the games.
And I'm actually a surgeon at Baccarat. I don't know how you
really?
pronounce that. Oh yeah.
Well, shit, I mean, after we've done this, we've got a few dollars in the pocket, we should go.
Yeah, we should. Be careful, it's kind of addictive.
Back.
He's like, yeah, nah, it's only losers that kind of fall for that shit though, right?
Alright.
After about an hour or so of following this road, he signals for you to take a turn off, and you can see like a low-lying ranch house, farmhouse building, and another couple of buildings kind of beside that with a large, very large fenced area. And as you're driving in there, you're kind of driving in these big, tall entrance posts that says like Starchild Ranch across the top. And you drive up, and it's this all dusty sort of gravel ground as you pull up in front of it. The building itself has obviously been lying empty for a while. It's not overgrown, it's not destroyed, but you know, it's still just kind of it's not been attended to. The way that the paint and stuff looks worn.
Mhm.
And it's just like, it's really just like the middle of nowhere here. It's just like shrubland and the mountains off to the kind of south. It is February, so it is quite cold. There might even be some frost on the ground. You can see the mountains, the higher up ones, you can see there is like snow on the ground at a higher altitude. Well,
Oh, this is it. Let's
yeah,
get the
this
scrap.
place. So I know there's a tractor over in the shed. There's a couple of vehicles around inside the building you can see there, and I think there's some stuff in the kitchen and the other shed building where they used to keep the tools. So I'll go check the tractor just now and see what kind of condition that's in. If you want to check out somewhere else.
I'll check the kitchen. I know it's no. I'll take that back. I'll check one of the cars, and both of us will check the kitchen.
All right. Well, I
Okay.
will check the tractor. You check the cars, and I'll meet you back here.
Okay.
Okay. He takes a pair of the leather gloves, and one of the big spanner tools, and he goes off to the shed.
Right.
There is two vehicles. One of them looks like it's very much older, maybe from like the early 40s, late 30s. The other one looks like a more recent model, but it's like a utility vehicle that you would use on a farm, you know, like a pickup or something like that.
Inside.
And it's very much more, and it's got like a cracked windscreen. The side window's gone. The door's lying wide open. It's not. I don't think it'd be like rusted, but it's like you can tell the sun's been beaten on it because it's that kind of faded look in the paint.
And that's for both of them, or are they all different and destroyed?
The other vehicle, the older one, actually looks like it's in better condition, like it was looked after more recently, but it is also underneath like an overhang from the main building, so it is a little more protected from the elements, which may explain that. But why don't you give me a 2 dice roll?
I'm writing there. Shit. Other actions?
Yeah, other actions. 2 dice, not 1 dice, mate, because you are a mechanic, so you'll get the second dice. Oh, excellent. That's what I was wanting. Okay, so the first vehicle, the kind of utility one that's kind of fading and stuff, nothing special. There's a few spare parts in there that might be worth taking for the engine and stuff, especially because it's a newer model. The older model, it's not fancy or anything. It wouldn't be worth anything itself, really. And then when you look at although exterior-wise, it looked better kept. The insides of it aren't particularly good condition. There's not really a lot to salvage there. But as you, I can't give you specifics, I don't know anything about fucking cars. But as you're checking the interior of that vehicle, the older one, you find a compartment, not the glove box, but it's like under the seat, and you can push the seat and the seat flips forward, and there's like a notch in the carpet, and you pull that back, and there's like a secret compartment in the floor. And when you pop that, there's like a small brass object inside. It's maybe about 4 inches long. It's maybe about 1.5 inches in diameter. It's not round. It's like flat edges. So it's like 8 edges around it. And then along each of the edges, they're like split into like squares. And there's 8 squares. And each one of those squares on each of the 8 edges has a different like symbol on it.
Okay, so here's what I do. First I put on my gloves because I don't know what the hell is on there.
Mm-hmm.
I get cloth, and I pick it up, and I wrap the cloth all around it.
Okay,
Put it
can you
in
make me a
the
stress
truck.
roll?
No, I'm good.
Make me a stress roll.
You asked, and screw you.
You pick it up and wrap it up in the cloth, and you turn around, and the car that you drove here, and the truck, sorry, that you drove up here in, isn't where you left it. It's also the middle afternoon. I mean, it's overcast, but it's bright, and it's no longer bright. It is dark, like early dawn dark. And the vehicle that you just took the thing out of, its engine is running and the headlights are on. What do you do?
Dark, I don't know if this is going to be metagaming, but what? Do I still have the stuff I have on?
Yeah, everything about you is just the same.
All right, and I still have the object in my hand?
Yes, wrapped in the cloth, and you're wearing gloves.
And so I put it in my pocket, my front pocket. And take out the pen and paper. I start writing because I'm not sure if this is real or not. I'm just going to write it just in case. Because, ever since we started, hearing shit and seeing shit, police said,
Okay, so is this... I mean, this is not the first time you've done this. Is this something This would be called listomania, actually. The act of like writing lists of stuff when you're stressed. And this is like,
True.
yeah, and this is a very mild version of that because your stress is low at the moment. But I think this is where you're going to go with your psychosis later on.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, you're there. This
But everything
this car is running, and it shouldn't be running because it just wasn't in a condition it should be running. The headlights are on. Your vehicle's not there. It looks like a different time of day. And you start writing.
Mhm.
There is something wrong with the sky. There's a movement to it, not like a cloud movement, but like a movement to the sky that causes you to like look up from your writing for a second. And something thick and white and gooey just like falls out of the sky like a raindrop, but much larger, and just kind of like splodges on your notepad.
Mm. Oh, and do I hear anything above me when I see that?
You look up, and what's different about the sky is, and perhaps why it's so dark, you can't see the sky. You can't see the blue. It's like a massive mesh of dark, organic looking webbing where the sky should be.
Well, that's unsettling. I look in, well, I go into the car. It's goo raining. And I don't know goo on my face. Yeah.
Say that again.
Oh, I go into the car because I don't want to get goo rain all over
Okay,
me.
so you flip the seat back, climb into the car, close the door, yeah?
Yes.
As soon as you close the door, just that sound of click bang, you're back to daylight. You can see the car that you drove up in front of the car that you're sitting in now. This car's engine isn't running, and it's just like silent daytime.
Right then. Let's get back to work. I'm scared. I mean, that's all he can do. And then he pauses out. And then he goes and finds Stevie.
Yeah, Stevie's in the shed, and you can hear him just going, son of a bitch, as he's like trying to pull a bit out of the tractor.
And Stevie's there. And I go back to the car.
Yeah, your truck's Sorry?
I go back to the car I was at because, I mean, we're still scrapping.
Yeah. The rest of the next hour and a half, 2 hours, as you are just like scrapping and pulling pieces out, is uneventful. You don't find anything unusual, and nothing else strange happens. Stevie doesn't mention anything, so you just assume that nothing happened to him there.
Yeah.
Would you mention
nothing in the kitchen? No. No.
That's fair enough. Yeah, no, the kitchen it looks as if the kitchen is quite wide. It looks as if it was made to serve not just like a family home, like as if it was like a hotel style. It's quite a large kitchen with a couple of different large ovens and several hobs. But I mean, it's scrap, it's junk. There's not much there. Use check for propane tanks, but that kind of stuff's all gone already. Maybe there's a couple of useful large pieces that can be scrapped that are like made of copper or something like that. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing unusual there at all. The rest of the place is very sort of like just what you kind of expect to be lying around.
So no, like spoons and forks and stuff.
Yeah, there'll be cutlery. Yeah, but I mean, it's not worth anything. It's just like crappy tin cutlery.
Well, I can give it to
or steel cutlery.
They can clean them.
Yeah, there's nothing stopping you throwing them in a bucket and taking them with you if you think it's worth it.
Yeah, sure am.
Yep, I mean, whatever you decide to take is up to the two of you as you're there.
I'm like, Stevie, these are useful for the diner, so I'm going to get all the forks and knives together. I mean,
He
all
just
they need
looks
to
at
do
you
is just
like,
clean
yeah, sure, okay, you do that. I'm going to go check the tool shed. He goes out, checks the tool shed to see if there's anything worth taking there. And he comes
Alright,
back
then.
with like a bit of canvas that he's like wrapped around a bunch of tools and just kind of throws them in the back of the truck. He's like, I don't know how useful these are, but maybe Mickey can use them.
Indeed.
I don't really know anything about ranching or farming. I don't know how useful this stuff is, but it looks like it might be worth something.
Exactly. Oh, it's forks and knives. But Diner's gonna need things. So we taking the tractor? I mean, yes.
He's like, that thing's a fucking piece of shit. I took out, you take out some of the engine parts that might be useful for spares.
As for the cars, I mean, there's really nothing at all.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect there'd be much. People have been up here taking anything that's like particularly valuable already.
I do want to show you something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he goes to the car because that's the one thing I do want to show him. The second car, the one that's like well kept.
Mhm.
I'm like, is this normal?
I mean, it's an old model, right? I've seen this in movies before.
Very old, but look at it. It's so clean.
He flips the hood. And he's like, yeah, but I mean, look at this. And he's like pointing out all the problems with the interior engine. I mean, they kept it looking pretty, but
there
I
it
mean,
is.
this won't run for long.
Now, here's a better question. I think we should turn it in. I mean, look at it. All you need to do is just add another engine.
Yeah, I mean, he scratches. Yeah, I suppose we could get the tow truck up here, bring it down. I don't know.
Yeah. Let's debate. Let's keep that in mind. Put that in my little notes. We can call too.
Yeah, and use finish packing up any of the scrappy things or anything, and you'll drive back to town with that, and it'll take you another hour or so to get back to town.
All right, let's do it.
So during the afternoon, Richard, after you've been to that woman's house, obviously you're going to grab lunch at some point. But is there anything different you want to do during the afternoon?
I think he'd be intrigued to try and check in, because I'm trying to think, would he know if, like, Betty's car?
He hasn't.
No, he wouldn't, because
he hasn't seen it.
Betty's car.
No.
No.
You would see Betty at the diner if you're passing by, because she's sitting there eating ice cream all afternoon, apparently.
I think after a couple of laps and still seeing her after, like, oh god, 5 hours still at the diner eating ice cream, he'd probably want to go in and see, because, well, he needs food anyway, so why not?
Sure. And Betty, I mean, I don't know how many cups of coffee or ice cream you've been through at this point when Richard shows up in the diner. I imagine you've been sitting there for so long you'll have talked to Janie, the waitress that he was talking to yesterday already, and she will give you the same stuff that she gave him yesterday.
Yeah.
Because not much changes here.
Just Betty's just vibrating into another dimension with all the caffeine.
Yeah.
Don't give them good
She's
ideas.
hyped up in the sugar.
Yeah, when Janie sees you come in, Richard, she goes, "Oh, hey, Richard."
Oh, hey there. How's it going? How do you like all the stuff? Is everything going well?
Oh, yeah, it's great. I haven't really had the chance to try out the vacuum yet, but I'll get to it later this week.
No worries. Well, I'll be about. If you ever need to know how it works a bit more, just give me a buzz. I'm more than happy to help. Do you mind if I have a cup of coffee? I just want to go and try and sit with my friend over there and point at Betty.
Oh, you know Betty? Oh, she's great. I've been talking to her all day.
Oh, I look forward to it. And go and sit down and goes, so how much coffee have you had, Betty? Because I have seen you here all day.
Well, this is my 7th cup, so yeah.
Jesus.
I bet it's going to be up all night.
Noted.
It's like, so why is having so much coffee? What are you waiting for?
Oh, I'm waiting for this cultist guy to come called Daniel. He's like a father, a Christian occultist guy.
So I'm just gonna pause meta-wise because my head thought you said cultist. Well, I think obviously imagine you're trying to say occultist, but my head keeps thinking you're saying
Yeah.
cultist, and now I'm just thinking Swindle's a cult member.
Well,
Oh, really?
Be telling.
That's an interesting speciality. Why are you wanting to bring him here?
Because of these etchings, and I just show him like the drawings.
Janie comes over your cup of coffee and starts pouring your cup, and she just like interjects herself in the conversation. Yeah, he's coming over to interpret the Satan symbols that she found.
Yeah, Richard will have a nosy at the symbols and just go like, none of them look like traditional Satanists, right? They're not like pentagrams and stuff.
No,
They're just weird.
there's a pentagram in there. There is what could
Oh.
be interpreted as an inverted cross. There are things that kind of look like a head with horns.
Are you sure you need a specialist to understand these? Really, it's just some kids messing about, causing trouble.
Well, I have to investigate every avenue.
Oh, this is interesting. Well, I've done my work for the day. I'd be more than happy to hang about if you're willing to have me.
Yeah, sure. You want some coffee?
I imagine Jenny's like literally pouring a cup right now, and it's
Yes.
like, yeah. Richard will just smile and slurp his mug and go, I don't think I'm gonna have 7 though, but you never know.
Well, if you stick around, you might have 7.
We
How can you say no to such an invite?
We do have hamburgers if you guys want something to eat.
Oh yeah. Richard will just
The
ask for
patty melts are
the
good.
special. Because I imagine all these places have the special.
Yeah, you can get 3 for 2 sliders today. That's a special.
Woo! Oh, fucking hell, that sounds delicious, actually. 3
3
burgers?
burgers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
I don't know who loves free burgers.
Yeah, she'll bring you over a plate of sliders.
Speaking of, I really want to try White Castle sometime.
Ugh, no.
Don't do it.
It's the
Don't do it or do it?
Don't do it.
It's literally the worst.
Oh, it's like ass.
Yeah,
What's that? What's White Castle?
fast food place.
Just tiny burgers.
It's demonic.
Oh, okay.
If you don't have anything specific you want to do between now and when Daniel arrives, we can just skip to him arriving in town.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yep, fast forward time. 7 more mugs of coffee later.
I can see
I told you
everything.
it's like 7.
So it'll be around 7 p.m.-ish by the time I imagine you just hired a car, Daniel, from Vegas, because that would have been quicker.
Yeah.
You just hire one from the airport, drive out to BT, and you're just, once you're maybe like 50 miles out from Vegas, you're like, this is really in the middle of nowhere now. And it's another 50 miles out from there before you get into the town. It's like a one-horse town. You can see the lights on in the diner building. It's dark by this point. You could probably see like a flashing red light on top of the radio tower that's just outside of town. And then there's obviously the auto shop, the motel, and the homes around the place as well. But you spy Motel 6 where the woman had told you that she was staying. And you can just look in a bit of paper you've got that gives the the motel room number that she gave you as well. And by this time, you
Fantastic.
guys will have retired to your motel rooms. Jeff,
Just
I'm not sure.
oh,
I'm just going to say for simplicity's sake, Jeff, you've also just gone back to your motel at this point because you've been hauling metal and driving around all day, just to like rest up.
However, I run straight to Betty's. She has the symbols.
All right, so you and Betty are in Betty's room, and you're just like, you've got the symbols laid out in front of you. You've got all the bits of paper like laid out differently on the bed, turning them around at different angles and rearranging them to try and see if you can make sense of it whatsoever. When there's a like knock on the door,
Hello, come in.
and that's you, Daniel.
yes, it's Daniel Ford. We spoke on the phone earlier today.
Oh, Daniel, and I go and shake his hand, and I'm like, oh, it's lovely to meet you. We're just getting this all ready, and I just like point to like the table with all the drawings on it all laid out. What do you think of this?
Oh, well, sorry, it was a bit of a long drive.
Would you like a coffee?
Yes, that might actually do me some good.
I imagine she's like, "Do you want coffee?"
Christ, I just want one. I'll be up all night as it is.
I'm gonna wait until they interpret it, and then I'm going to just tell me when you guys get done.
I'm imagining at this point Betty's no longer got a mug. She's actually just got the full like jug from the drip coffee container. Like, and Richard's just like, "Hello, Daniel. Name's Richard. I hear you're here to look at the wonderful graffiti." As he's like holding a piece of paper with like the pentagram on it.
This is more than graffiti.
It seems I am here for such. Yeah, I'll take a quick gander at the assorted symbols.
Here's your coffee. The big massive mug.
Oh boy, thank you. He takes a sip.
What are you saying, Colin?
I'm liking the cicadas
sir?
or locusts going on here.
Crickets, yeah. This is actually from the Mojave Desert nighttime, so this is what it should sound like.
Padre, I'm Jeff. I'm the mechanic. Hello.
Yeah, Daniel Ford, pastor of the Methodist Church, and also a bit of a occult expert. What's your relation to all this exactly?
My friend went missing, but also tell us about these symbols, because there's something else.
Everyone's just looking towards you, just like staring, like
in the small
you
motel
must have
room
the
that you've just
answers.
walked into.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
at this
I
point,
literally.
I want to, like, Richard will just sort of lean over and go, like, hey, also, there's been this kid that's being a bit weird, talking about seeing themselves, and apparently they've never talked before, but they said it when they had a loud noise. Do you think this might be related to this whole Satanist culty graffiti? Like, literally, just one of these just bombarding them with all of the theories.
Yeah.
Well,
Just,
you're wired with coffee.
Yeah,
they're so wired.
And what do you think of these symbols? Come here, Father. Like, this a trail? Oh, what is this?
Laid
I'm
before you, Daniel.
hearing-
It's just like a bed of just random symbols scattered all over the place that they've obviously like hand drawn.
Well,
would it be easier to go to the person's house and see what the
Hey,
drawings are, the carvings? They only live down
No.
the road.
No, let's
I-
not.
I do want to remind I've only just arrived. Bit
Want a patty
overwhelmed
melt?
at the moment.
Want a patty melt? I can go across to the diner and get you one.
Take your time, Parker. Take your time.
I think
I
I'm
want you-
okay. I'm definitely hearing the words of the deeds, like, you know, if you need a few more days, you know, give us a call.
Okay, so I just set them down and I just go, right, here's the story, and I tell them the whole story about like Carol and how, like, and how I'm an investigative journalist, always making sure that he
Yes.
knows that I'm an investigative journalist, but also with the story about Carol and her husband, and this is how, like, these symbols have came about. So I suppose you're just sitting there digesting that.
I'm attempting to, I think is more accurate to say. Because I've, again, just walked in the door bombarded with all of this. I guess, yeah, Daniel's trying to process, but he's also he's not trying to be rude or anything like that, but he is going to just focus his attention on the symbols.
Sure.
Is there
You need some
any...
space or something
Oh,
to just,
brother.
like, sit and look at them.
Oh, Betty?
Mm-hmm.
Padre? Wait, Padre focus.
What was that? Sorry.
That Padre focus.
Okay.
Daniel 4. Let Daniel 4.
Yeah, is there any connection with all of these symbols at all?
Roll your 2
Any,
dice, because that's what you're here for.
Yes. Yes. Investigate, right?
Yeah. Excellent. So,
Brother.
you want, I mean, maybe just the tiredness, this in your face, the pushing, the sitting down, oh, here's the blah, 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 blah. You want to re-roll that with a stress die?
Yeah, why not? Oh, that's not okay.
Well, keep that stress roll. Well, actually,
Yeah.
no, take the stress back down to 0, get rid of that stress roll and do it again. It's investigate roll, but you just add the green dice.
Yeah, I goofed up there.
So you don't
Oh,
get
lovely.
stress, but you do get the success. Yes, so looking down, you're like, okay, just trying to focus, make sense. So there's just pentagram, that could be an inverted cross. Those are like maybes. And then you're looking at these other symbols. And some of them you've definitely seen associated with occult rituals and markings in books that you've read. Some of them very definitely are. Not many. We're talking like maybe 1 or 3 out of like over a couple of dozen that they've got here. But what you do recognise, which is strange, a lot of these are alchemical symbols that you've read in books. There's ones for transmutation, and one of the key things that the alchemists historically were looking for, besides being able to turn things to gold, was like ambrosia, which was this sort of like mythical element. And people had different interpretations of what exactly that was. But one of the goals of alchemy was like to be able to transmute different elements to create this like ultimate element, and which was like universal. And you see that as like a repeating symbol within this collection here. But there are other things that don't make sense to you. But there is one that they've written down, but you get the feeling that they've not written the whole thing down, because it looks like the beginning of a sentence in Latin.
Okay, yeah. So Daniel spends a good bit of time just trying to parse through all of this. The symbols that are here, does it at least the ones that aren't the alchemical equations or formula, do they kind of look just sort of slapped on, like it's just somebody taking symbols and just sort of slapping them all together, or
They look no,
or does it?
they definitely look purposeful. Like it's not just like a mess of
Okay.
like lines and shapes. You know, like if you asked me or you to write down with symbols, you'd do like a bunch of geometric shapes, probably linked together and stuff like that. These
Mhm.
like look like, you know, like hieroglyphs, like actual like runes or denotions or something. Like they're the shape of them and such is done very purposely.
Okay. So yeah, definitely written by a single person, basically.
That too, yeah.
A similar style, yeah.
Although some are,
Um,
well, I mean, you were, because they've obviously just copied them, so these are handwritten ones anyway.
yeah.
But as Betty's explained to you, when they were recording them, they were scrawled in different ways and different materials.
Interesting. Well, I mean, I've just taken a glance at some of these. Yeah, it almost these symbols here, they're not typically associated with religious symbols or iconography. They're alchemical symbols, formula,
Hmm.
and this one rather appears more like the beginning of a sentence in Latin. I'm not quite sure if I can make out what it actually says,
Well,
but
I'm assuming given your specialization, you know Latin.
yeah. But I'm not sure. Is it like a full word or is it just part of a word?
It seems to say from God's day or the day of God comes dawn.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this appears to be the beginning of a sentence, but it's yeah, from God's day or the day of God comes the dawn.
Well, you got me bamboozled.
That's interesting.
And-
That's interesting, Daniel.
And you said that these were all scrawled over various surfaces and with
Yeah, and
materials.
in that sort of garage. I think it might be a good idea just to have you chat to Carol Grant. So, do you want to come with me?
Right.
Well, yes, I suppose I'd very much would like to speak with this Miss Carroll. As I said before, I'm ready to help however I can.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
Daniel.
well, shall we all go then?
No. It's late.
I mean, it's rather late.
Yeah.
I
I
suppose
don't
we
even
could
have
go.
sleep accommodations set up yet.
Okay, well, the what's called the room next door is free. I've set you up with a room because I knew that you'd be here for a couple of days.
Very, very kind of you. Yeah, I suppose in the morning we can all go and see Miss Carroll. Uh, Sorry, this is just it's quite a lot all at once. Once I'm able to process and parcel of this, I'll be able to be a bit more helpful, hopefully.
Of course.
And I,
And I just gathered up all the material and just hand it to him to just like you might get some inspiration during the night, you know.
Oh, that's very kind. And he just sort of awkwardly pats the back of Betty's head, like, "Oh, you poor tired child." Um, Before he will I guess, go to the room that's already been prepared for him.
I follow him.
Okay, well, you'll need to go to the office and get a key for the room, obviously.
Yeah.
Because you won't have it. So you go there to pick up, and it's the woman that was there yesterday. Sorry, it was a big guy because it's nighttime. Yeah, sure. We got you as room 12. Slide you the key over.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
You're a bit late today if you came to see the bomb.
Oh, no, yeah. Just sort of awkwardly leaves. He's very tired.
It's like, okay. Sure, you have a very ordinary plain room like the rest of them, with the bed, the dresser and such.
I was waiting at front of his door.
You need to speak up, Glenn. You keep moving really quiet.
Yeah,
Hold on.
it's very
Oh,
quiet.
what's going on here? Oh, that's
Now, it's not even 8 p.m. yet, so I mean, it's not late if you guys wanted to
Can
do
you hear me now?
something. Yeah.
okay. So I said that I was gonna wait at his room.
Okay, so he goes and
Front
gets his
door,
key, comes back to room 12, and you're standing outside his door.
Yes. Daniel, I was trying to tell you before, but Betty was doing her thing. Yeah. Here, come inside. I don't want to show it up out here. I know. I'm sorry.
Daniel just has a very concerned look on his face, but is sure. Come inside, I suppose.
Mhm.
Very guarded, but he'll close the door. How can I help you?
Yeah. I had him some gloves. Here, put these on.
I'll take the gloves, but I won't put them on.
Okay, fine. I put on my gloves and then I take out the slab, whatever piece of metal.
Yes.
Those symbols you saw.
It looks like an aged
Mhm.
brass chunk of metal. 8 flat sides to it, and each of those sides divided into 8 sections, and each of those has a little symbol carved into it.
The job I was on, I found it under a car hidden in a compartment. And I noticed those symbols and I took it. The reason why I told you to wear gloves is that I don't know if this thing's radioactive. I don't know if it's, dangerous to the touch. So, yeah.
So you don't know if it's radioactive, but you just set it down on a table inside my room?
I didn't set it down on the table. I held it up.
He's holding up to your face.
All right,
much
here.
better.
No, I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
Here, look at it. He's like showing it away.
I'll look at it, but I'm not touching it.
I gave
If
you
anything,
gloves.
I'm not putting them on. If anything, Daniel will ask you to rotate the object, and he'll just
of
kind
course,
of
of
take a look
course.
at the shape
You're back, yep.
and the symbols.
Okay, roll 2 dice.
All right, so
Oh boy.
I love it. Yeah, Jeff starts to slowly rotate symbols, and again, there are some alchemical symbols on this thing. And some of the symbols that you don't recognise, you're kind of counter-referencing with stack of papers, drawings that Betty gave you, and some of them do match. You're not sure what they're from. They're sort of styled in the way that a Latin, i.e., our kind of like writing might be. It's not like rune symbols from the Nordic, which are all straight lines. It's not very kind of curved in like the calligraphy from like Asian languages. It does look kind of like somebody who's used to our kind of writing style has like drawn the symbol, but it doesn't resemble anything in our language, obviously, or anything in like the Greek or Latin. But as he's like rotating it, just the dim light of those old yellow incandescent light bulbs that we used to have back then, the symbols themselves and not the rest of the brass seem to slightly glow a brighter shade of orange or a kind of like amber hue. Can you make a stress roll for me?
Wait, do I see that?
Mm.
You can also see it, yes, but he's going to be the one making the stress roll.
What the hell? That's new.
Hmm.
Yes, it's unnatural, Daniel, and that's what unsettles you. But you can roleplay how it unsettles you.
Definitely the hand goes to where my cross is underneath my shirt, and I take a very obvious step back.
When I see him do that, I step back too. I'm like, whoa, 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 what's wrong? What's wrong?
I'm not entirely sure, but you certainly have in your possession an object of interest. Just from like, yes, since I'm not quite sure what the symbols all mean together, is there any meaning I can gain from individual, like by themselves, standalone?
The alchemical ones you recognise will be the 5 elements.
Yeah.
As well as the one to signify transmutation, the one to signify ambrosia, and another one that signifies like time or the passage of time.
Oh, he's looking at the front. I'm looking on the back. Is there anything on the back of it?
Well, these symbols
just-
are all around it. That's what the whole thing is.
Uh-huh.
There's also, maybe I didn't say this, like the ends of it, obviously, because there's 8 sides and then there's an end, on either end, which is also flat. And each end also has a symbol on it. But those symbols are symbols you don't recognise.
See, Daniel, I recognize these from the paper, but these I don't.
It's I'm not entirely certain, but for the most part, the symbols that are on this object, as well as the symbols that Miss Betty has given to me, they're, as I said, they're alchemical. They're symbols for 5 elements, transmutation. This one speaks of the passage of time. This one represents ambrosia, which which was supposed to be the penultimate goal of alchemists, was to refine elements down into this universal element, this sort of potion. There were many theories of what ambrosia was said to do. Among them was turning gold into lead. I believe granting immortality was an option, but it's very strange. I'm not quite sure what the purpose of this object is, but I'd be very careful. You're certainly wise to not touch it with your bare hands, although I'd recommend being very, very careful with this object.
I was gonna ask you if you wanted it, but I'll hold on to it.
I think for now that should be fine. Just be very, very careful around it.
Mm-hmm. Wrap it up and put it back in my.
a
So I put
car.
him
Sorry, as you two are like in the room having this conversation, I'm assuming Richard is in the other room with Betty still at the moment. You will hear a vehicle pull up into the parking lot of the motel.
Probably
that is.
have a nosy at it because you know.
Yep, it is a cop car from the sheriff's department.
Oh, that's the cop car, and I put the slab up in my pocket. Let's see what he has to say.
He walks over.
Oh.
I cannot remember which room number I gave you, Jeffrey, but he walks up to your room number and chaps the door.
All right, I go over there. Evening, officer.
Oh,
Looking for me?
hi, Mr. Quinn. Yes.
Yes.
Hi, yeah. I'm calling. You recognise the cop as the one you talked to the other night. So I'm calling. I'm afraid we have some news about your friend. Do you want to go inside to discuss this?
Yes, of course. I let him in first.
He's going to your room. He takes his hat off. He's like, I'm very sorry to tell you this, Mr. Quinn, but we found a body up in the hills today, just a couple of miles outside town. A guy was out walking his dog this morning and came across what he thought was a pile of rags, and it turns out to be a corpse. We, based on the description you gave us, we believe it was your friend Omar.
Damn it.
So I'm hoping that we were going to call his wife in for identification, but with the state that the body is in, I was wondering if you would come in to make the identification and save his wife the trouble.
Okay, yeah, yes. I'll do that.
Great, sure. I mean, I can drive you just now if you want to grab whatever you need.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, we need to go to the coroner's office. It's up in Tonopah. So, I mean, well, he looks at his watch. Well, I mean, it is 8 p.m. at the moment. I mean, it's a couple hours drive to get there. I can come.
Oh, all right.
I mean, if you want, you can come up in the morning if it's a bit late for you just now.
I'm up. Let's do this right now. I'm not doing anything.
All right, sure, no problem. Yep, come on, I'll get my car.
Right, so we go up.
You going yourself?
I go to Betty's.
Knock,
I knock on
Betty's room door.
Hello?
Betty, you wanna do some reporting?
Yeah, that would be great.
All right, put something on. Let's go. They found him.
They found who? Your friend?
Yes, they found Omar.
Oh my goodness. Are you okay? I'm so sorry.
I'll be there, but yeah, come on, let's go. If you wanna see.
I'm sorry.
Wanna come with me or?
Yeah, I'm coming with you.
All right then.
Yeah,
all right, so let's
go.
You step out, cop's there, and he's just like, "Oh, Mrs. Booth, was it?"
Yes?
Oh no, I'm just surprised that you're here. That's all.
She's my support.
He's like,
We talk.
right, okay, yeah, sure, but no problem. I'm not sure if you
Can
want
I
to
roll a dice to see if there's anything sketchy about this police guy?
read them. Yeah, sure, you can roll 2 dice.
Do I get anything?
Let me think. I mean, he doesn't seem sketchy. He just seems like he's doing his job. There's nothing about his demure that makes you think he's like suspicious.
Translation: tired and hungry. Okay, let's go.
He's just
What about
obviously
the area as well? What about the area? Do I sense
the
anything?
motel that you're at right now.
Yeah, as in anything suspicious, any suspicious characters or anything.
No, there's no one hanging around just now. It's just you guys. Unless
Yeah,
Richard's suspicious.
Okay. No, no.
Every single one of you guys are suspicious to Daniel.
Yeah.
Richard's just curious.
Y'all is crazy.
I mean, there's Richard sitting in a sort of flannel coat. Like, he's definitely crazy. He's a traveling salesman.
Yeah, you guys, it's like a 2-hour drive to Tonopah. It's like halfway between here and Reno. So while they're away, and you're not going to get back until maybe like 1 in the morning, roughly. So while they are away, does Daniel or Richard want to do anything?
Does Daniel want to go for it? Does Daniel want to go for a drink?
I don't think I can. I can't remember what the rules are. Oh, if anything, I think Daniel's not particularly much of a, or isn't particularly interested, but he'll follow along if only to just make sure Richard gets home or gets someplace safe for the night, rather than play
Right.
designated driver more than anything else.
Out of curiosity, are you a priest?
Technically a Methodist pastor, but yes.
Then you can drink but not get drunk, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Time period, I think it would make sense for you to be a teetotaler.
Yeah.
Because they had prohibition, and then there was a very strong anti-alcohol prohibition movement that was religiously based still. So I mean, it would make sense.
Yeah.
You don't have to be, but it would make sense if you were a teetotaler.
Yeah, I probably Daniel probably forgoes the drink more than anything else, but and probably would, if anybody was to ask for his advice, probably would advise against drinking. But he is, as long as you're not doing anything bad, you're he's not gonna be too judgy about it. Like I said, if anything, he'll go along with Richard just to make sure that Richard doesn't get too drunk and is able to get home safely.
There is the B95, which is the bar in town. And if anyone's ever seen a sort of like rural American bar, it's a very nondescript rectangular building with things that could maybe pass as windows, but they're usually covered in like bars, and there's that thick glass you can't really see through anyway. So the lighting inside is all like artificial. A typical kind of dive bar.
Mm. Yeah, Daniel's just gonna sit there with his glass of ice water.
But they wouldn't be playing modern 50s music, they would be playing old-timey Sinatra kind of tunes, which aren't that old at this moment, but they're still old enough.
Yeah.
That they're not like the swing, upbeat rock and roll style of the 50s. There'll be like another dozen people or so, in fact probably 24 people filled in here sitting drinking. They're all sitting in groups of like 3 and 4 on the various tables, and along the bar there'll be like some old trucker looking guys with caps and like fur jackets, like fur lined jackets, sat around drinking big pitchers of beer alongside their shot chasers of whiskey. Imagine the kind of place that Richard's pretty comfortable in.
Sounds delightful.
I'm sorry, I don't think I was in all that rush confusion. I don't think I was ever given your name. I'm Daniel Ford.
Pleasure to meet you, Daniel. I'm Richard. Richard Brown.
Pleasure. So what what's your connection to all of this? business with Miss Booth?
Fell into it. Well, metaphorically. Just so happened to be in the right place at the right time to see what's happening, and it's interesting. I mean, it's the most interesting thing that's happened around here.
I see, and again, the details are a little fuzzy. What exactly has happened?
As far as I can tell from the little tidbits that Betty has dropped, apparently wife's husband's died, and trying to investigate why. And then they find all this kind of stuff. And, you know, it's a lot more interesting than just sort of sitting in your motel room on your own.
I see. And these symbols were just around? Did you see them yourself, or?
Richard shakes his head. No, I've not seen them myself. First I saw them was a few hours before you turned up. Just Betty showing them off in the diner.
I see.
I thought Richard was there when they went to the house.
I can't remember that
was
bit because I may have
actually,
fell
you
asleep
were.
Yeah,
yesterday.
you were,
last
you
week.
were sleeping.
Yes, you were.
I am perfectly fine with Richard being tired from his day on his feet that he just like dozed off on the couch across from Carol while you were in the garage. That's like perfectly fine.
Okay.
And you were like, okay,
got
we got
very
everything.
comfortable.
Yeah, you're like, okay, we got everything, and you were just kind of like, oh right, that's great, guys. Yeah, not realizing that they
No, I
actually
wasn't
found
asleep.
anything.
No, that's great.
Yeah. Apparently these were all over the garage. I didn't see them myself. I was too busy chatting to the Carol in the living room. She had a really comfy couch. Really comfy couch.
I imagine so. Sort of awkwardly turns his glass around in circles.
A guy with a red cap and a very burly, round-looking guy with a very dark, voluminous beard, kind of like waddles over almost to your table. He looks at you, Richard, and he's like, "Hey, are you that reporter guy?"
No. Salesman, if you need a vacuum cleaner, I can more than set you up with one.
Salesman, he says. He looks over at the barkeeper, and he turns back to you. I thought you were a reporter. Were you not going around town asking questions?
Richard gently shakes his head. Not that kind of questions. You know, sort of like pulls out a couple of like things from his jacket pocket. No, just knickknacks that I go around town. You might be thinking of that woman, Betty. Because he's a little bit buzzed. Obviously, he's downers and caffeine and a few beers. No, it was a woman in the diner. Now she's the reporter.
He just pulls one of the seats for the table out and like sits down, puts his beer on the table. He's like, "Oh, I got a story for her."
Oh, I'm interested in hearing this.
Well, she wants to know about strange things in the town, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, I saw something strange. And he takes a swig of his drink.
What'd you see?
Well, I mean, if you're not the reporter, I probably shouldn't be telling you.
You tease. Well, I guess we need to take you to Betty then.
Well, I mean, I don't mind telling a story, you guys, but you know, if they're paying money for stories, I don't want to be given away for free.
Well, I suppose if you give us your name, we can make sure that the kind reporter woman, gives you due credit.
Credit? Well, I don't know about that. I'd probably want to be anonymous off the record, but you know, I heard she was paying $20 for a story.
Oh God, you give me like insane work flashbacks.
Would I have any kind of money?
Yeah, you get money. I imagine you get paid a fairly decent amount for being a lecturer and just for being a member of the church anyway.
Yeah.
And you're only having tap water. I mean, it's not exactly as if your expenses are
Yeah.
high in this bar.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, I'm very, very Spartan and austere. Yeah, Daniel just,
$20 is a lot of money at this point, though, mind.
yeah. Well, would you mind at least telling us a little bit about your story? I mean, it might be helpful. Might be worth expediting a meeting with the reporter woman. If
Yeah, you can't just come up to us and say you've got a story and then expect us to give you money just because you say you've got a story. You need to give something.
All right. I mean, that's fair enough. But he looks at his empty drink.
Richard rolls his eyes and gets up to go and get him a drink.
Like, as you're doing that, he just like turns, so he's like sitting like at the table, not just like side onto it. So he's facing you, Daniel. And he's like, so wait a minute. So who are you?
Father Daniel Ford, pleasure to meet you.
Father. Oh. Okay. I mean, I wasn't doing anything sinful, Father.
I wouldn't dream of it. I can't imagine a good man
I'm a
as yourself
hardworking,
doing so.
Family man.
Yes, of course you are. Of course you are, my son.
Okay, well, I mean, as a hardworking family man,
Oh boy.
I was like moving something for my friend. I stay in the RV park just on the north end of town. Oh, my name's David, by the way, David James Barnum.
Yes.
So I was
good to
moving
meet you, Mr. Barnum.
some goods for my friend the other night. It was quite late. I mean, it was after midnight, I think. I don't know. I'd had a couple of drinks, Father. But I was moving these things around, and I took them back into the trailer. And as I was coming back up to the truck, I saw a light in the sky in the distance, like just over the hill. You know, the east hill over in the east of town there. And the light, it was strange and like bright, and it was reflecting off the stone in a very strange way. And as it came closer, I could hear it humming. Now, right away, I'm thinking this is aliens because I've seen the movies with the UFOs, and this looked just like one. Except I couldn't really see the shape very well. It was just like a bright white light, except it was kind of bluish around the edges, I suppose. But the light it was casting was kind of strange, Father, and it didn't look right.
I see.
So I don't know how long I was there for, but my watch stopped, and it hasn't started since. And he holds up his hand and shakes it to like show you it's not working. But that's not the strangest part, Father. My neighbour's dog, which I'm sure was barking as I was moving the goods in the middle of the night, and it stopped barking when this light showed up, and when the light had disappeared, the dog was gone, and my neighbour was looking for it the next day. I went out to help him, and his dog's still missing.
I see. Looking at his watch, is it stopped on a specific time?
Yes, it is stopped at a specific time. It looks like it stopped about 20 minutes past 12.
Okay, interesting. That's very strange. You said the light itself was strange, and that it was humming. Like, what color was this light?
Well, it was a bright white, Father, but it was kind of blue on the edges, like the what do you call it? Not the reflection, the shadow of the light. It was like a shimmering blue. It quite reminded me of, like metal, how you see light shining off a curved metal, like on the hood of a trunk or something. It kind of looked like that.
Interesting. And you said this this light came close to you and seemed to take your neighbor's dog?
Well, I didn't say it took the dog. I mean, the dog was there, and then the dog wasn't there. Just like the light was there, and then the light wasn't there.
Interesting. I certainly think this story would be worth retelling to the reporter woman. I'm sure we can arrange a meeting.
So Richard comes back with a few beers.
Ah, great, yes. Yeah, and he sat down and he's like, starts to sip on one of them.
One of them just being a glass of water. Sorry. A couple of beers and a glass of water.
Yeah, so this was last Saturday. That was the 19th.
So a week before
The other incident, yeah.
Yeah.
But as he's drinking, he's like, and I tell you, Father, and Mr. Not Reporter Man, I'm not the only one
Richard.
that's seen strange lights in the sky.
Oh?
No, there are others, he says and takes a drink.
How?
Do they happen at any specific time?
Well, I don't know about that, but I
Yeah.
just know quite a lot of the folks around here have seen funny things. They just don't really want to talk about them, much less get their name publicised in a newspaper.
Yeah, I suppose I can understand. But so many people?
Well, it's a strange place,
Usually-
Father. It always has been.
I mean, I don't doubt that, but these seem to be extraordinarily strange happenings. So frequently and so focused on this place, its people.
Well, you know they say that the town was built on an old Indian burial ground.
Yes.
Sorry. That's meta. That's not me laughing in person. Just
Yeah,
It
I imagine it's
metalized
not the first.
literally was something said about it.
Yeah. I'm sure Daniel's also heard similar stories. Like this one
fascinating.
haunted house is built over another Indian burial ground. Yes, of course, they all are.
Just a stack of Indian burial grounds. Just that's how it works.
To be fair, all the burial grounds we are built over.
Yeah, this is very true. It's just
But
just
yeah,
very
Father,
common.
I'm not the only one. There's quite a few people in town. They're not always forthcoming as me.
Well, I certainly appreciate
So when
you.
when does this reporter lady, get out? Like, where can I find her?
Oh goodness me!
Oh shit! Beer back.
I suppose we'll be out and about tomorrow if you're still here.
Oh, that's
I'll.
not much good for me, Father. I've work tomorrow. How about tomorrow night? Can you get out here tomorrow night?
I imagine I can do my best. I certainly cannot promise anything.
Excellent, Father. Okay, I'll see you here tomorrow night then. Don't forget to tell her $20, and I'll tell her everything.
Yes.
And if she seems kind of reluctant to that, I'll maybe do it for $10.
That's very gracious of you. Very.
At the very
Very
least,
noble
a
of
few
you.
drinks.
I'm certain one of those things will happen. Yes.
That's good. You're a good man, Father. And he finishes one drink and picks up the other two drinks and walks off.
I tried to go back to church, please. Make good choices.
Meanwhile, miles away, in the town of Tonopah, which is like the main town of Nye County. This is where the sheriff's office, main sheriff's office is, where the coroner's office is, which is where you're taken to. The coroner's office is adjoining the sheriff's office. Do you ask or say anything to the cop on, because you're quite a long trip together?
How does his body look?
Well, we'll get to that in a second, but when you're driving there, do you ask the cop anything? Because you've got like a 2-hour
Yes,
car journey with
and
the cop.
I ask him, has there been similar cases?
Why don't you give me a 2 dice roll, Betty, to see how much you can get out of him, because he definitely knows something.
2 dice,
Oh,
Betty.
the 5's exactly what you want. Okay, so he is Officer Wayne Turner. He's a deputy with the Nye County Sheriff's Office. But he usually mans the substation in Beatty, in that kind of like surrounding area. And he's like, well, ma'am, Beatty, Nye County in general, there is a kind of unspoken rumour or knowledge that people go missing around here sometimes. You know, it's the desert. There's not a lot of people around. There's a lot of open spaces. There's predators out there. So, you know, it's not unknown for people to go missing time to time and for their bodies to show up time to time. But we have a certain criminal element that's been arriving more in the last 2 years, and that hasn't helped things. But they mostly keep it between themselves. They don't really bother ordinary working folks. But in regards
What is
to
that?
your friend Omar, and as you'll see when we get, if this is him, and I think it is very like a case we had just a few days ago concerning a woman in town. Her husband actually showed up in a similar condition.
Is this the cattle grant?
He looks a little surprised. Well, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. You've probably spoken to her already, but I can't give details, but yes. The bodies are in a similar condition.
I suspected so.
But as far as I hear it, and I'm not from here originally, this kind of thing has happened before.
Okay.
About 10 years ago or so, there was a similar case.
Was there a number that is, you know,
A number?
as in, was it 1 or 2 people, or was it a group of people that have been, you know, like a
Well,
large
it was an
number,
Indian
or...
fella, the Shoshone tribe, where they were angry about one of the proposals for a new mine that was supposed to be getting opened because it was some sacred site, or it was something to do with that. I'm not too sure. But one of their leaders, their local leaders, he went missing. And at first they thought that it'd been something to do with the mining company. There was a suggestion of foul play. And as far as I'm aware, it was investigated. It didn't seem like there was foul play. He just went missing. But his body did show up a couple of nights later. And it was found a few miles southeast of the mine.
You bet.
Okay. Was there any other people that had, you know,
Well, there's a lot of stories,
had
people going
similar-
missing, animals going missing, cattle, sheep, dogs, things like that. But,
in similar conditions?
well, they're not always found. But occasionally they do turn up. And 1 or 2 of them, to my understanding, have this same kind of feature to them, that it looks as if the body's emaciated when it really shouldn't be.
Okay, was this with the animals as well?
Well, I'm not too sure about any animals that were found, but I mean, I know a great deal of the animals go missing under circumstances that don't make much sense.
Like how?
Well, the one I heard was the larger one. They thought there was a poacher, like a group of poachers, because there were so many cattle going missing round about towards Mount Timber, or Timber Mountain there. And a couple dozen of the animals in one night disappeared. No trace, no tracks, no bodies, no blood, nothing. Just vanished. The rancher never found them. Never found any trace of them.
It's very odd. Was this at the same time as the
Well,
person?
Well, no, this is an
went
older
missing?
story. I think it goes back maybe as far as 20 years ago.
Okay. Did anyone go missing at that point?
Well, I mean, I wasn't around here, ma'am, at that point, but I guess you could find out. What newspaper is it you work for?
For and I say the one in
You don't
Reno,
remember the Nevada
can't
State
remember the-
Journal.
Nevada State Journal. Okay.
Start writing stuff down.
Oh, well, I mean,
Okay.
your newspaper should have. If it's in the newspaper, your newspaper should have records of that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm sure it will.
And I mean, I don't know if it has anything to do with any of that, but a lot of folks around here are always calling in, saying that they see lights in the sky, strange noises, things like that, UFOs. Now, a lot of them, they've been drinking, they might have gone to the movies, and there is an airbase nearby, which might explain a lot of that kind of thing. But we get a lot of calls about that up and down the highway here.
Yeah, I can imagine that as well. Do I notice anything as well? When I'm looking around the area.
Well, I mean, most of the drive is just going to be empty desert, with like mountains in the distance on the right hand side to the east. So, not anything particularly interesting. You're not going to see anything weird either.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything that I notice about the guy telling the story?
Deputy
Does
Turner?
it sound legit? Yeah.
I mean, he sounds on the level. Yeah. Doesn't sound
Okay.
maybe a little spooked himself. I mean, maybe you get the sense that you're someone he can. He's obviously saying it's like off the record. Do you know what I mean? But it's it's just like something to get off his chest. Like maybe this is something he's had thoughts about for a while, and he's now been able to vocalize it to someone without sounding crazy or
Okay.
paranoid or whatever.
Okay. Cool. Is there? Ask him if there's anyone that's like, has there been anyone that like, a stranger in the town? Any strangers in the town?
I mean, we get folks past. Well, I mean, I don't live in BT. I do, generally work out of there and around the surrounding area. But I mean, we get folks like yourself coming through. There's a lot of tourism passing by. Nobody really stays there too long. So I don't think we've had any strangers that stayed there for any length of time, and certainly we've not had anyone that we thought was suspicious around the time of
Okay, so
any of the
you've
events
not
happening.
had someone that's came into the village every 10 years or something like that? No.
Not that I'm aware of, ma'am, no.
Okay.
But we get military personnel, tourists passing by and such, but nothing that I would point out as being singularly suspicious or someone that shows up like every so often.
So, have you had this before where someone says, I'm what's called my husband's not my husband?
Not that I'm aware, ma'am, though. Mrs. Grant, just, I don't know if maybe she's particularly upset. I mean, to me, it does look like her husband, but I can't invalidate what she's saying. I mean, she knows her husband better than anyone. But grief does do funny things to people, and the state of the body is quite disturbing. So, I mean, I'm not sure what was going on at home.
What did the coronary report say?
I can't tell you details of that, I'm afraid. But it's similar to what we're going to see just now.
Okay.
After a long drive, you just have the radio.
Off the record, did they do like, blood testing and stuff like that, and at that
Well, I mean,
point.
they can test it and say, yes, that's blood.
Oh,
And
right,
they can
okay.
test for the blood type, but that is as accurate as they can go, I think.
Okay. Ask that. What's called was it his blood, as in his blood type?
The coroner didn't have any reason to suspect it wasn't him.
Okay. Did you notice anything, like, was he wearing any sort of jewelry or something that was like religious, or anything to do with, sort of the occult or
Yeah, cult. No, ma'am.
cult?
No. Alan wasn't that kind of
Okay.
guy.
Okay. Did he have any, was there anyone in particular that he was friends with? Do you have any
Well, no, I mean, I
people
think
that,
Alan got along
yeah,
well with everyone in town. I mean, he was a regular at the bar. We've had a drink quite a few times. He was a good guy. He liked
yeah,
his football, liked his baseball.
okay. Also, like, how was his boss at the mill? Was he a decent guy, or what's he
I mean,
like?
I just need. I mean, ma'am, we've done our questioning investigation on behalf of the wife who thought things might be suspicious. Nothing about his life or the people he's in contact with gave me any reason to suspect that this was anything more than like an unfortunate accident.
Yeah. It's just strange because from what the account that I got from his wife was like he didn't arrive at the restaurant,
Restaurant.
the diner
Diner.
the diner that he eats
Can you
from going
roll?
home.
Can you both roll? Well, sorry, Jeff. Can you roll 1 dice, and then Betty, can you roll 2 dice when you're mentioning the diner? So Jeff doesn't really notice anything because he's too busy writing things down. Oh, Betty. He has a visible reaction at the mention of the diner, and kind of just lets you finish talking, and then there's a long pause before he says anything. Yeah.
Do you know why that diner closed?
Yeah, Vern's in 95. I don't know how many folks are going to want to bring this up, even amongst each other. I know I haven't talked about it with anyone really yet, apart from my boss. But I don't really remember Vern's before it was closed down. I mean, I'm assuming it's always been there, and I just didn't pay much attention to it. But when I'm thinking about it, and my boss felt the same way, they can't really recall when it closed down or how long it's been there for.
Okay.
I don't really remember ever even stopping by.
Okay. You wouldn't have known anybody that had worked there.
Well, yeah, I mean, I can't think of anyone in town who's worked there.
Bizarre.
No, I mean, there's a few hundred people in town. I don't know everyone by first name, but it's something doesn't sit right.
Did you notice anything when you went into Vern's?
Oh, I haven't been to Vern's. I mean, I drove up to have a look, but they have some signs up. I don't know if you've been there. I think the army or someone must have put it up, saying there's some radioactive material. I don't know if there's been a contamination from the test site, which is what I assume it was. I mean, that's all the answer. I couldn't get an answer from the testing area when we spoke to them. We were just told to stay away from the building.
Am I still oblivious, or do I overhear that?
You can hear everything he's saying because you're just sitting in the other seat. The only thing you didn't pick up on was like his reaction to the diner.
Okay, so yeah, and I hear what he said. And I've already wrote that down. I'm like, So No, he's already said that. He doesn't remember it even being there. Is that what he said?
Yes. He can't recall stopping by, speaking to anyone there. I mean, he must have. It must have been there for a while, but he just, for whatever reason, his memory's like hazy on it.
Is there any chance, like, we can wear protective gear and have a look?
Oh, no, ma'am, no. I
inside?
mean, I can't condone you doing anything like that. If that's been cordoned by military, you don't want to mess with that.
Okay.
If you want to ask anything about it, I'd suggest pointing your directions towards someone at the airbase. Those boys doing whatever they're doing out there in the desert, that must have something to do with it.
Okay. I think that's where I'll go to next.
Have you speak? As you're driving for like a whole 2 hours, I mean, there'll be a big gap, and then he's kind of like, he's obviously been thinking about it for a while if he wants to bring it up. But because you got the 6 there, he is going to bring it up. Have you spoken to Mrs. Thomas?
What's called the woman that's our husband died, yeah?
No, that's Mrs. Grant. That's Carol Grant.
Oh,
Mrs.
yeah,
Thomas,
no.
Nancy
No.
Thomas, with the little girl
No.
Barbara.
No, I haven't spoken to her.
If you're interested in the diner, you might want to speak to them.
Okay.
But be gentle with her.
Okay.
He's pulling into the town, down the empty streets, because it's very late at night. Well, it's not very late at night, it's probably about 10, 11. Down to the coroner's office, the lights are all off. He pulls into the parking lot and goes, okay, well, this is us here. Let's go. He gets out, walks over, unlocks the front door, turns on the light, takes you inside. It's not a very large building. You just go down, you open a set of double doors, you go down like a set of stairs, and he unlocks another door, turns on another light, and you can feel it's like much cooler here because it's underground, it's refrigerated. Ma'am,
You okay?
I don't know if you want to wait here. This probably isn't something you want to see.
Okay. Are you okay to go in? Just saying to Richard.
You mean Jeffrey?
Jeffrey, I mean, sorry.
Richard. Anyway, yeah,
To see Jeffrey.
I'm okay.
So,
All right,
Want
let's
me to
do
go in
this.
with you?
Yeah, I'd rather have her with me. I mean, unless she's.
Yeah. No, I feel like I should go in with him because it's like,
sure,
you
whatever you
know,
like.
for support.
Just warning you, it's not pleasant. Takes you in, walks up.
You ever been
So
like Wayne?
There's, like-
Have you ever been to war?
yeah, I served.
Yeah, me too. So this is it's not natural, but we know.
Even so, it's not for a lady's eyes, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, your opinion's valid. I'm
So-
not even trying to be funny. He's right.
There is a 6, like 3 on one side, 3 on the other side, of those hatches that you get in the morgue when they open it up. And then you pull out the body. So he like checks the number, unlocks it, opens it, pulls the rack out, checks the little tag on the toe before he does anything, and he goes, "All right then." Pulls back the cloth. What you see before you is barely recognizable as like a living person. It looks as if it's someone that is being left out in the sun for so long that the body is completely lost, like all of the excess fat and muscle. It pretty much looks like a skeleton with the skin draped over it. It's so like it's skeletal and skinny, completely emaciated. The skin is all like kind of pulled back on the face, which kind of happens after death after a while. Wild, massive, staring eyeballs. The skin you can tell was like a black guy in life, but it's lost a lot of the color because of the loss of blood, and also because of just like the state of the body. So it looks a lot paler and discolored compared to what it would look like normally, but you can still tell it's somebody who had like African skin or that sort of skin tone. The hair is all kind of like wiry and thin, and the skin around like the nails and the fingers is all like pulled back, and it makes the fingers look long, and the fingernails like look long and pointed. And there's like scarring all around the upper part of the eyes, where the eyelids seem to be just being completely removed, and not in like a surgical fashion. It looks as if they've been like torn off or bitten off or pecked off, perhaps. It vaguely, to you, Jeff, looks like Omar, but not quite.
What happened?
Well,
It
like I said,
looks-
guy was out walking his dog in the morning, 2 miles east of town, up in the mountain, up in the hills there. His dog was like barking because it found something, and he was folded over, and he thought it was just like a pile of rags or something that he caught in the bush, until he went over and he could smell it. And as you can tell, the body was in quite a bad state when he found it. This has only been in here for today. And your friend went missing last night?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't suppose he looked ill, unwell, or malnourished
No, he looked
when you left him?
normal. No, he looked fine. He looked normal, like me and you.
Yeah.
This.
I'm not sure how a body ends up like this. He pulls out like a clipboard thing. I mean, I can't show you, but coroner's notes here. Looks as if he's died of extreme exposure to the elements combined with a long period of malnutrition and deprivation of food, i.e. starvation.
Mm-hmm. Anything else?
That's it. That's the cause of death.
It's weird. Keep in mind, Omar's a heavy dude, so I'm like,
Yeah, a big, heavy, muscular guy. All that's just like gone. Looks like somebody that's like, been through a very long period of like famine, and then left out to the elements afterwards.
Jesus.
But you think this is him? I'd really rather not have to pull Mrs. Dick all the way out here to identify him.
Yeah, it's him. I'll do it.
All right. If I could just get you maybe sign this, pulls out like death certificate thing. Sign date here. I'll get death certificate processed.
Date.
And we'll get that taken out to Mrs. Dick's in the morning.
You mind if I tell her, or?
I mean, you're free to tell her tonight if you want. Yeah. Well, we told her that we had found the body and we think it was him, but we had to wait on getting it verified first. But yeah, I mean, you can call her tonight if you want. I'll wait until the morning. I'm going to have to go out there and deliver the death certificate anyway.
Damn it. Well, this part never gets easy, even when someone dies.
Yeah, worst part of the job. You guys, you guys need a ride back to town, or just want to find you somewhere to stay here tonight?
We should.
Yeah. Well, what do you want to do?
Do you want to go back to town?
Yes.
Yeah, we want to tell the others, so yeah.
All right, sure.
Oh, you tell him. I gotta go tell the missus.
Covers the body up, puts it back in, locks it up. Sure. There's a late night place, just down the street. We can get a cup of coffee before we head back if you want.
No, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
I need to make a phone call.
No problem. He points you towards the payphones at the front of the building. You go make your phone call. I need to do some paperwork. I'll be right with you.
Mm-hmm. Calling my wife.
Sorry?
Calling my wife.
Calling your wife. Okay. Yeah, she answers. Hello?
Hey, darling.
Honey, why you call me so late for? Is everything okay?
No. We found Omar.
What happened to him?
I don't know. But now I have to bring up the courage to tell his wife.
Oh my god, that poor woman. So awful. Did
Very.
they not tell you anything? Did they not tell you how they found him?
Starvation and
Starvation.
exposure. Exactly.
Can you die of starvation overnight?
I don't know. I'm still kind of not over that because you've seen Omar. Omar's a big, heavy dude.
Oh my god,
I still don't want to do that.
That's so awful. Well, no, I mean,
Okay.
yeah. Maybe you shouldn't call her tonight. I mean, it's late. You'd be waking her in the middle of the night. She won't get any sleep.
Exactly. I was going to ask you to do it, but I might as well do it. I mean, I'm so scatterbrained right now.
Oh, of course not. I mean, did you only find out just now?
Yeah. We just left the morgue.
Right. Well, look. I mean, I can call her in the morning if you want. I don't mind that. That's fine. You've done enough. I mean, you don't have to do that.
Yeah, do that. Please.
Okay. Are you okay?
How's Chris?
He's fine.
I
Yeah,
just-
he's all right. I had to holler for his trouble he was in yesterday, but yeah, he's fine. He misses you though.
Miss him too. And his mother. So hot. Sorry, honey, I make jokes when I'm blah.
Okay. Well, you make sure you get yourself a good night's sleep. Don't worry about anything. I'll call her in the morning and pass it on. You just get yourself back here,
Yeah.
safe and sound.
Yes, I will. I'll try to hang up.
Well, he's on the phone, Betty. Was there anything you wanted to do?
No, well, actually, like, see the coffee place where we're in. Is there anything, strange about it?
You don't want to do anything when you're in the morgue?
We'll probably look around to see if there's anything.
Yeah, so I mean, there's 6.
Now do the free rolls.
Well, hang on. There's 6 units in there.
So, I
You know,
mean-
one of them was that body. You know, the other body hasn't been claimed, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm also going to say to you, remember what I said to you earlier today. And then I'm going to ask you, do you want to do anything? Or do you want to just get out of there?
Well, I feel like what's called we need to know this story because of what you told me earlier. I'm kind of like, okay, let's
So the cop's away
Let's
filling
investigate.
paperwork. Jeff is away making a phone call. What do you want to do?
Just gonna investigate further.
How so? Tell me what you're looking for, what you're doing. There's 5 other compartments for bodies in this morgue.
She's gonna do the creepy creep on her own.
Oh yeah, I'll do the creepy creep on my own.
Right, but
Yeah.
tell me what that is. I know what I want you to do, but you need to tell me what you want to do.
So I'm just having a look to see if there was any other bodies.
Okay, well, I mean, they're all locked, so you need to grab a key, but you did see where the cop grabbed the key from at the little
Yeah.
desk outside this morgue room.
Okay.
So you want to go snatch one?
Yeah, I suppose so, yeah.
Okay, so I mean, you find the key ring, no problem, because no one's meant to be back here, so there's no reason to have it super locked up, and it's dead bodies, who's going to carry anyway? So you get that, no problem. You come back into the morgue room. There's 5 other units. You start opening them.
Yeah.
Open 1, it's empty. Open 2, it's empty. And then door number 3, there is a body.
Do I recognize it as someone I know?
The toe tag has the name Alan Grant and the date that it was submitted, as well as like a file number.
Okay. What about the slide number 4?
Well, this is Alan Grant's body. This is the one you're looking for.
Okay. Do I notice
the 4th
anything-
one was the one that you just saw, and then the other 2 are empty.
Okay. Is there anything different?
Okay, well, you open the little hatch door. Do you see the toe tag? Do you want to slide the tray out?
Okay, this is so furry.
You don't have to do anything you don't want to do.
I mean, he's
Good
already
night.
dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even not be from what you said today. Some people may not be dead.
So you open up, you see the toe tag and the tray. What do you want to do?
Right. First of all, do I notice if the feet are moving?
The feet are not moving. Why would you think the feet are moving? It's a corpse. It's been here for several days now.
Do I notice anything of it from, like, even just not even opening it full?
Without pulling it out, I mean, you just see the feet sticking out and the sheet. The feet do look like dried up and bony.
Okay. But if they're dried up and bony, what would the point in looking?
What would be the point in looking?
Oh, I feel like this is a trick.
You can just close the door and walk away.
Oh, I always get slagged off for not taking any chances, so I'm just going to take the chance. I'm going to open it, okay? As well, take
We
the
did it,
chance
boys!
and
You
just
slide out
yeah.
the tray, and it's like a rolling sound and a soft clunk as it like stops. You're staring down at it. You can see like the points, obviously, with the nose and the legs underneath the sheet. You want to pull back the sheet?
I'm totally scared now, okay? I'm like, oh my gosh.
Okay, but think of it like this: Betty has no idea that anything weird is happening.
Well, she's got a little
There's
bit of
no
an
reason
idea.
for her not to. Well, yeah, a little
come
bit,
on,
but-
there's a little bit.
You know something's gonna happen, but Betty has no idea.
Yeah. Okay.
As you pull back the sheet, make a stress roll.
Okay.
You pull back the sheet, and as you do, you see what is basically just like a skeleton with hunks of rotten flesh and shriveled skin just like clinging to bits of it here and there. A lot of it's kind of like just collapsed in on itself, and it's just this kind of pussy, moldy, stinking, decaying mess of like fleshy, bloody organs.
Okay. I just like slam it shut and just run out of there.
Ooh, as you slam it shut and run out, as you slam it shut and the rolling sound and then a kind of clang as it hits there, you hear
Okay, well, I'm running.
and you leave the door of it open with the key in it as you run out and slam into the cop as he's kind of like turns the corner and you're running out the room. And that's where we'll stop today.
You did it!
Yeah.
Proud of you.
Really disappointed in you because you haven't been taking
Well,
notes.
I did that half did it in the sense I opened up and ran away.
Say nothing bad happened to you though. You ran out before anything weird could happen.
Well, I said
Yeah,
to
but I
Laura
don't
earlier
know.
It just
today,
looked
I was
gross.
like, well, I said someone was going to die last week. I think I was like, maybe I'll just make someone die every week. And then Laura's like, you can't do that. And I goes, okay, then I'll make someone not die this week.
Yeah, there you go. Look
like
at that,
that
we're
one.
all alive.
I was like, there'll be a point when it comes in the session, you just remember what I've said to you, that someone's not going to die.
Yeah, yeah.
But you didn't say anything about NPCs.
And also might not be you.
Scary. That was brave of me, though.
Yeah, I know. I love that we
took a
finally
lot.
shamed you. We shamed you into doing it. I always get sent for not doing it. I guess I'm just gonna do it.
Well, yeah, I just thought, well, if I didn't do it, then it's just like
You
kind
just
of
walked
like,
away.
hmm.
I told you, you
Yeah,
didn't have to open
yeah,
it.
I mean,
you didn't have
yeah.
to open it. You didn't have to pull it out. You didn't have to do anything.
No.
Yeah,
no.
but I feel like sometimes if when I feel like if I don't do something or someone doesn't do something, it kind of like we don't get the full story. We don't
Well,
get the
obviously,
full
Exactly.
that's the whole
thing.
point.
So sometimes
That's exactly what
sometimes
happened.
So sometimes you have to just
Yeah.
you just have to man
Yeah.
up and just do it.
Yeah.
Well, or in your case, you have to
Now
make
you're
someone
getting
else
it.
man up.
Yeah. Now you're getting it.
Yeah.
Anyway, with the whole radioactive thing, I actually like what I did because that seems like a character trait that I didn't know that. Because I'm like, okay, let me just get gloves.
Yeah,
Because I never worked with
not a lot of
radioactive
people didn't
stuff.
understand radiation stuff at that point. I
Yeah.
mean, a lot of people still don't.
Oh, I was just thinking, is that not like, is that what's happened? Is like, it is just about the radioactive, like there's something in that cafe that's just like, people are
Really?
entering it
In
and
the
they're
coffee?
getting, yeah.
Dark?
Uh huh.
Well, is there something in the coffee?
I can't tell you.
I don't think there was anything in the coffee. I think the coffee
Of course,
was
there's
fine.
something in the coffee.
Yous were all very brave today drinking coffee from strangers. Because in Mythos, I thought we'd learned not to accept drinks from strangers.
Yeah, I'm over.
Yeah.
Laura's over here. I drank 7 cups of coffee.
I made a point of like offering it to pretty much everyone at some point.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Oh man.
I thought the scariest part was like the whole Nancy story with the wee girl going like that. I saw myself. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god, so scary.
Well,
Are you
that's
there,
okay.
Callum?
Hmm?
Is Callum there still?
Hey, he's muted.
Oh, okay.
Might be listening. Yeah, I
But yeah.
immediately clocked that dream. By the way,
What dream? Your dream?
the dream that Daniel had. Yeah,
I mean, you're just
immediately
a
I clocked
repressed
it.
priest having dreams of ladies. What's strange about that?
Yeah, sure, yeah. And a very specific one.
Well,
Might have been around in the 19-
the fun thing about having future seasons is we could do callbacks.
I know, I love that. That's why I'm like, that's why I wrote down the dream just in case it's like gonna have some relevance here in this one. I mean, she says Star Child, and then like some of y'all went to the Star Child, what was it, ranch or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, yeah. I really enjoyed that one. That was great.
I think I've got most
Yeah,
of
I
it.
was really
was
concerned when you
better.
said that. Like,
Yeah.
I woke up and she's in my bed. I'm like, whoa, wait a second, hold on.
Take away
Whoa!
my agency.
I'm about to say, like,
Yeah.
bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, that was about kind
Well,
of
I
like,
thought-
especially
but
when
that
it
was
was
great.
like
That
two
was-
different people as well.
Last
which
week I
was-
thought I should have gone for a very weird and different way to add you in instead of doing the way we had done, because then you basically missed a session.
Yeah,
But so I thought
That's
I'll
fair.
just start a little weird with you this time.
yeah, no, that's
Did you
great. Though. I love it.
Did you change his name to Triple Burgers? I'm just
Oh, you
so
just noticed that?
there. I just
Yeah, yeah. No, he did.
You're so cruel, honey.
He is.
Well, obviously.
Why?
That's why the special today
yeah.
was 3 burgers, fucker.
I so think there's going to be a wee connection as well between like that woman that was like in your class. She's definitely
Oh,
there's definitely going to be some sort of
100%. No way it could be
connection.
anything
Yeah,
else.
for sure. Yeah, I'm sure I'm sure she'll never come up again.
If Swindle doesn't
Yeah.
have some sketchy female coming on to him, is it even Mythos?
Yeah, exactly.
that's why I totally
Woman with
making
the big talons, and she's coming up, and she's like 12-inch talons, and you're like, oh, bypass the nails.
that's why I told us, like, with that teacher's aide, I was like, no, if she's flirting with me, I am not going for it. Daniel is not buying that. That's why we
Like,
started
look
off
at
this one. I was like, whoa, wait a second.
Definitely reading way too much into a woman just being polite and smiling at you.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's
Well, could have
better save the
different
story at
motives.
this stage.
But if you get murdered in one game, you kind of have that just looming over you for all games ever.
Exactly. You
We were
guys still
just-
give me shit about that fucking alley.
We were just
It's
saying,
iconic,
Callum,
though, man.
about the Nancy, the wee girl that was like, you
Yeah.
know, seeing her own self, which
Definitely
is quite,
excited to
yeah, that's quite
definitely
creepy.
excited to figure that out. Yeah. But yeah, and interesting clues so far.
I feel like it's a total body snatcher theme with like the sucked out
What?
skin and stuff. Yeah, because it was
What
like
with
dragon
people going
bone.
missing and then showing up and then their loved one
Yeah.
saying, "No, that's not them." Yeah, it's
Mhm.
absolutely a body snatcher
But
situation.
it could either be body snatcher or it could be what's that other thing where it's like the changer.
The thing?
Do you-
What's it called?
Do you remember the last campaign? People were going missing and body snatched and shit like that too.
Long
There's
as
one
it's
thing I
not
want to say,
as long
but
as it's not wormies or anything. Honestly, I
Well,
don't
no, it
want
has
the
to be.
wormies and
do
the
you think I would do
insects.
the same
Ugh.
thing twice?
yeah,
Okay. Well, or flesh eating.
I feel
Oh.
I say this in a positive way. I feel like you would to throw us off.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how many of them you're picking up on, but I think I've put in the seeds I wanted to put in, which were various
Yeah.
different things, which may or may not be applicable.
Yeah. We
by the way,
got
after this
weird.
game is over, I'm gonna address something that was very interesting. Only when the game is over. I mean, yeah, the campaign is done.
Yeah.
Nothing bad. Just I noticed something.
There is a wee few clues that you've given, I think. I don't know if they're actual clues, because sometimes I know what you're like. You throw some
I mean,
eggs
I
in
flat
there.
out told you some of the NPCs' experiences, so
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, I mean, every good mystery has like a few red herrings to kind of throw people off, anyways, because
Yeah.
if you
Well, I
spell
mean,
it all out at
with
once.
cosmic
but-
horror stuff, man, a lot of things can be open to interpretation as well.
Exactly.
That's
Like,
true.
a lot of the point
Yeah,
is to
that's
leave
dope.
it kind of like open to your imagination.
I just thought
That's
the
why I
scene-
asked like what time was on the watch after it
Yeah.
stopped. I
Mm.
figured, yeah, it's the little things like that add up.
just thought the scene with Callum and the the sales
Mm.
part was quite scary with like the wee girl
Yeah,
and
vacuum
stuff.
cleaners
It
is
was
scary,
just
man.
a very uneasy.
Yeah. Yeah, for cats.
Especially those early ones, man. They were fucking loud.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Suki does. No, it's not Suki that doesn't like the Hoover. It's Sevi, isn't it? She's not a
I mean,
fan.
they'll sit and watch me. They're not as bored until it gets close to them.
Yeah. But Sebi, she used to run, didn't she? I think
Yeah, she
Sebi
didn't used to
didn't
like it
it.
because it was loud, but yeah. But again, she's a cat.
Suki, Suki's just always like curious that way, isn't she?
Anyway, I hope that one was good, guys. I was like fucking asleep last week, so my brain was like sluggish as hell. If it felt a little
Legitimately,
unresponsive.
Yeah, no, legitimately, you could have fooled me. I had no idea you were tired. So
There's a lot more like able to piece things together quickly in my head this week.
yeah.
I was quite
Yeah.
tired today, actually, so I was glad that everybody else was getting a bit of, their section. I felt like you did it really well. This time, everybody got their piece out. Did everyone feel that way? Because I felt that way. Everyone got a good slice of, chat.
The toughest,
Definitely got a lot to think about for Daniel. So
the toughest one's Richard, because obviously Richard's there on a kind of flimsy premise.
yeah.
Anyway, so I think his one's the toughest one to kind of get
I feel
incorporated
like for
into properly.
Richard, though, I feel like because he's like the lonely salesman, that, he can take his freelance sales anywhere.
Yeah,
So
I
he can
have
come along for the
things-
ride and just like, sell a Hoover or two.
I have
in the
aspects I'd like to
process.
flesh a little bit with him as we go, which should incorporate his like personal interest in it a
Yeah.
bit more when we
Yeah.
get to it. But I don't want to rush anything and skip over bits because I like
Yeah,
the
definitely not.
logical progression of it as it's building up. Do you know what I mean? Because these are always a
Yeah.
slow burn.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Especially, I think.
That's great.
I was gonna say, especially for the fact that he's now, early on came across as a wee bit of a womanizer, hasn't he, Richard? Like
Well, his backstory
know.
says that he's kind of recovering from a relationship, so
yeah.
I don't know how much the surface level.
Maybe he's clingy and just wants.
To be fair, like the
Somebody.
clinginess is also he is relatively alone and he's constantly striving and looking for a connection of some sort. But he, because of his occupation, he can't really get that. So it's constantly like he wants it but can't have it.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
he wants it,
Yeah.
but it's in his nature to kind of have a behavior that doesn't allow for that because he likes
Oh,
to
kind of
move around.
self-destructive kind of thing.
Well, not maybe necessarily that, but he
Yeah.
doesn't like to be in one place. He likes to move around. He likes to meet different
It's
people.
the
and
wanderlust.
the yeah. It's like he's a wandering soul.
He's
kind of thing.
nomadic.
Yeah, and obviously it's hard to meet someone to settle down when you aren't settling anywhere.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking. But I mean, you said
That's
his
fair,
uncle had
yes.
these problems. I mean, you could have it like his, and you said his dad as well. There could be like a destructive tendency in there as well, maybe.
Yeah, he has
Which
an abusive father. But again, I specifically said normal for
time,
the time,
yeah.
like not specifically
Yeah.
more abusive, just like the kind of expected standard,
Yeah,
which
smack you
we
with
can
a
look at
bell and a cane and
retrospect.
shit, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think as well, because like actually he's the more adaptable one than anyone else, because he can just like pick up wherever town that we go to or whatever place and just have do his sales and then come back and meet everybody, take an interest because he's taken an interest to the case and everything, and it's good for everyone to have people around as well, because obviously the situation's a bit dodgy, isn't
Well,
it?
as
So,
things may
yeah.
get weird,
Yeah.
you might find you kind of
Yeah.
cling to each other more as well.
Yeah, and I
Exactly.
think it's just gonna take one good hook, and then all of a sudden, boom, he's in it.
Jeff is already experiencing shit that is like, wait, what?
Yeah, dude, time travel.
Yeah.
Who said it was
You're-
time
That was
travel?
crazy.
Or it seemed to time travel. I don't know.
You got it quite harsh with your friend, you know, passing away like early on.
His friend was
Yeah.
just a,
Well,
a
he's,
Capri Sun juice box.
he's invested now, right? Because he needs to find out what happened. So
Yeah.
it's instant being invested. He's along for the
Yeah.
ride now.
Daniel's kind of involved, but y'all
Daniel's
are
like-
I feel
crazy.
like
Who is this
Oh my God.
escalated
like-
Yeah,
angry?
this, yeah, that, yeah. We're like, yeah, swipe for this, swipe for that. Yeah, I'm like, oh shit, I'm sorry.
Who's this
I
crazy
feel
lady
like
who's dragged him out,
Jeffrey
shoving him
is
in a
like,
television
I feel
nurse?
like Jeffrey's like getting on that deeper level, and I think like because as well because Betty's an investigative journalist
As
as
we
well.
all
She
know,
wants
as everyone who meets her knows.
and she, yes, I know, but she wants that scoop. She wants that, you know, that
But I don't
prime
see you
story.
writing notes.
So I think they both are. I'm
No, you don't
writing
get
notes.
it,
I have
Glim.
not read
She is not a
notes.
note taker. She's not a writer. She's an investigative
Wow.
journalist. She's there to ask the hard
Yeah.
questions of everyone repeatedly
Yeah.
while
That's
getting
awesome.
all the details wrong afterwards.
And that question is, can I
I
use
now know
negotiation
that
on the Firefly?
I now know that she works in Nevada State.
Oh, you now know what paper
journalist-
she works for.
Journal.
I know where I
yeah.
work.
Progress.
I would. Wow.
Yeah.
I need you to get to
Quick.
where you over here. Where are you? Reno? Question mark.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Quick, where are you?
No, I'm in BT. Okay,
And
where's
BT,
that?
I know.
you didn't tell
Is
me
it out of
state.
character for me to have a
Regions.
notepad? Man.
Yeah, get a notepad.
Don't pad
Yeah,
up.
but-
I know.
no,
have
it-
it up. I
no,
know
it was out of character
BT
for my
and
character.
everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's all good. Then
I
the
don't
Vern
think it'd
with
be
the
that,
with the what's called the fake cafe now is
What fake cafe are you talking
bizarre.
about?
Well, it's
It's a real cafe.
totally, yeah, but it's like maybe it was a
It's just
different cafe that
radioactive.
he
What's
went
weird
on.
about it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, once I felt the radioactive, I made my character
Mhm.
duck out. We're not too healing.
Oh yeah, I mean, you
And
see that
I-
sign, you're gonna be
Yeah.
like, oh
Also-
shit.
I feel as
Well,
if
yeah.
as well that it could be that there's a lot more people out
Oh
there.
man,
that
there goes
are-
that investigating coming
Yeah.
in. Wow. You were right.
Like
Derek.
there's gonna be so many more people diners that, you know, people that have dined in that Verns, I think.
Mm.
Because though saying
Mm.
that, it maybe the Verns isn't the thing. Maybe it's the mill.
Damn, Dark, you were right. Doesn't need a note.
I don't know.
I mean, on that note, I mean, yeah, it
Oh, sorry,
makes
no
total
problem.
sense for Glim or for Jeffrey to have a notepad, since we've pretty much established that he likes to write down things.
Yeah.
Yep.
What did you do with the goo that landed on your notepad?
Oh, I didn't even
Oh.
touch it.
What's
He
that?
likes it.
Ooh.
Yeah, I didn't do anything. I was just like,
You just leave
I
on your
was-
notepad? You shake off? Do you wipe
Yeah.
off?
probably, yeah, I took it off. I was like, oh,
Okay, yeah. So there's a mark on your notepad where it landed still, but you've like shook it off, wiped it off.
Yeah.
Oh,
There
even
could
after
be
he came back.
something. Oh.
well, I had a hunch that was gonna happen. I'm like, okay, and I just kept writing.
Yeah, because I mean, if you were inclined to think that was just a weird senior moment or something, there is like a mark on the notepad
Totally getting
to say that
Body
it happened.
Snatcher 1995 vibes.
The thing is that when I asked him, like, hey, do I still have my stuff on me? And he said yes. I was like, okay, I know what to do. You know, just wrote everything I saw.
I'm writing all of this down.
Yep,
Yep.
because the last time I didn't do that. I'm talking about Jeff when he saw us.
Yeah, I had to write a bunch down for Daniel today too. So I was like, I'm a need all this, I'm sure.
Now the funny side is that I would give it to you guys, but it's in Daniel's and Jeff speak. I didn't say Daniel speak. Jeff speak.
Yeah, no worries.
I don't know if everyone can see everyone else's journals. I know you can only write in your own one.
In the Foundry, yeah, I could see everybody else's
Yeah,
journals.
they can read what you've written. They just can't change
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
If you need it to be
Yeah.
private, I can set it private. But yeah.
Ah, nah.
No, it's fine. It's just that I'm not sure if you guys
Actually did write that down.
Yeah, I figured you'd
About the
want
based
to
in
share
Reno,
those so you can see what's
Nevada
happening.
State Journal. I don't know if it was yourself that highlighted in bold.
Oh
these
well, I
parts,
think
but
that
yeah.
would be me. Yes.
Yes.
Oh man, that was funny.
Probably for good reasons. Read your journal every now and again. No, but that was
Yeah.
a good one. Things are starting to pick up. I like it.
Good. Cause I just like
She is very much a Betty Sue.
I can't wait for Daniel to be like screaming Bible verses while holding a crucifix up, only for the monster to rip my head off.
Mm.
Excited.
what?
Investigators kicking in.
You said that it was Nancy Thomas.
Yeah, her name's Nancy Thomas.
That's could be connected to what's his
Michael
name?
Thomas.
Michael Thomas. Michael
Dun, dun,
Thomas's
dun.
is that Michael Thomas's grandchild? It's a resurrection.
So now
He
you
resurrects.
have. So now, if you ever wanted to throw a red herring at us for a NPC that is suspicious, give him the last name Thomas.
That is totes suspicious. Where's we have the Nancy Thomas and things like that, but where's the father? Don't.
Well,
Yeah, Dark,
no,
where's the father?
no one asked.
Yeah, nobody asked. Ooh. Did he get
Come on, Dark, can you tell us?
resurrected?
Oh, that's
Ooh.
funny.
Oh, you just have to wait till later to ask, won't you?
Do you know what?
Yeah.
As well, being a priest and all again.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but this time
could
I'm
be that
actually a priest and not
connection.
pretending.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
it's all about the Lord.
We're all missing the
What?
largest discrepancy on this session, which was the complete disappearance of Betty's accent.
Yeah.
yeah, I was like, no.
You just gave up.
I gave up. I'm not doing that. It's just too much work.
You kind of did it like a little bit in the middle of it, and then you kind of just dropped it immediately too.
Yeah, I was just like, no. Oh, did I do it a wee bit? I didn't even notice. Seriously.
It was a little later, or kind of in the middle.
I
I
always
noticed
get
it. It's
told.
like, oh, there it is again.
Yeah, I always get told though, like that I sound Irish at times. John always says that to me. Like I have a few words that
I don't
he
always say
always
that to
says
you.
that sounds.
I just like occasionally
You
you'd
say
be
that
like,
I've got.
"It's Fraser," I said.
Look, I have Irish relatives, and you
We
know,
all have Irish
and I
relatives.
worked in the Irish company for years. Well, a couple of years as well. So, like, yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
pick up parts of the accent.
Plus, you know,
It's just one of those things. Like sometimes you slip into. You'll speak in one accent and then you'll kind of slip into it. Sometimes it just veers off in weird directions if you're
and
not careful.
It's not just that. I think like I watch quite a lot of American TV, so I think with the American
everyone
Scottish,
watches a lot of American TV.
Oh, yeah.
kind of combines into Irish sometimes as well.
Fair. That's fair.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah,
guys,
that was fun.
that was good.
Yep.
Okay, see you next week.
Yep. See you next week.
See you
Yep,
next
see ya.
week. Bye.
Peace.
Gotta go.
Bye.